is this? Hey guys, here with Paul the Nino, Ice Poseidon.
How y'all doing?
And if somehow you don't know who he is, which would be crazy, he's a personality streamer. He goes outside and live broadcasts like crazy shit he does, whatever the fuck he feels like doing at that time. I think the first time I ever opened his stream, the first IRL stream I ever opened his stream, he was out and some lady asked him for directions, and he's filming himself and this lady asking him for directions, and he's like, she's like, so where is whatever the fuck? And he's like, well, you go 2 blocks this way, and then you make a left. Then when you hit that building, it's that building on the left, and there's an elevator there. You're gonna go to the 4th floor, across the hall. That's my apartment. I'm gonna fuck you in there. And that was my first impression of you. And I was like, dude, this guy's hilarious. So I ended up watching a lot of his Pokemon Go streams, but I haven't been watching a lot of content nowadays because I've been like in a funk. But I want to catch up what's been going on. So first thing I wanted to say was, I want to know, when you first started streaming? Because I remember you were playing Runescape, but I don't know like exactly time periods and like how it began, shit like that.
Yeah, I started off streaming on Twitch, streaming Runescape for like probably about a year. That was good, really great, really started fantastically. It's just probably after like a month, Deadman Mode came out, which is a mode on RuneScape that was like brand new and super hype, and that really blew my channel up from like 900 views per stream to like 4,000 or 3,000 a stream.
What about the first stream though? Like, I mean, what did you start at? You have to start really low, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember those times?
My very first stream, I actually tried to do this like weird thing where I blocked half of my face with the camera so I could have like this mystique behind it. You know
just
your
mouth.
Just my mouth.
I think I saw a video of that.
Just my mouth was showing, and
yeah.
I wore really nice clothes to create a really nice mystique about it.
Who is this guy?
To stand out from the rest, because there was like tons of IRLs or tons of RuneScape streamers that were just out there, and I just, I wanted to be like, how do I stand out from the rest? I'm like, okay, if I block half my face, this could be weird. And then
you start streaming. There's 0 people watching at first when you press the button.
I had like 20 viewers at first because
20 people came in real quick.
I was making YouTube videos for RuneScape.
Okay.
Before I started streaming, and I posted the videos on Reddit, and they got like 100 upvotes. They got some like traction from it. I probably got like a few thousand views from those videos.
Okay.
That I said I was going to stream on Twitch, and then probably started my first Twitch stream with like 20 viewers.
Okay.
And then just grew from there.
So from the directory, people just came in from seeing you in the RuneScape directory. They saw the fucking, you only did the half face thing for a little bit, but.
Yeah, I did the half face thing for probably, I don't really remember. I think it was like a week or 2. And then I did this like face reveal, and I think that helped boost viewers a little bit.
Do you happen to remember the view count like on the before the face reveal and after? Like the day of the face reveal, was that a big thing?
I mean, not really, relatively speaking, but for me it was. I think for my viewers it was as well, because everyone thought I was, first of all, everyone thought I was black when I first started because I had a really deep voice. So when they saw
Black people have really deep voice?
I mean, I guess. I mean, that's just what people were telling me. So when I showed my face to the 40 viewers that were in there, it was a big deal, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa, and I don't know. I think it was just a good look for when new viewers came in. If it was like the chat was like being kind of hyped.
They were hyped about something new happening, yeah.
And it was just, I think that's kind of just how I started.
Was that in 2015?
2015, yeah.
And then had you actually played RuneScape forever before that? Like when did you start playing RuneScape as a kid?
Oh, yeah, I was playing RuneScape since like 2004, dude. Like 10 years. It was.
So RuneScape for you is like wow for me, I think.
Yeah, it was that childhood game.
And then you saw people streaming RuneScape on Twitch, and then you were like, oh, I could do this? Or what like made you want to start?
I actually didn't really want to stream. Some of the viewers on the YouTube videos told me to stream on Twitch, and I was just like, that's stupid. Why would I do that? Like, it's just, I'm not trying to like I have a job. I'm not trying to waste my time with
Oh shit.
doing all this. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I just made the YouTube videos for fun.
Wait, so you thought I was just gonna like it'll be a little side entertainment for some people, and you're like, I'd rather focus on like my real shit.
Yeah, so I mean, when I first started making the RuneScape YouTube videos, I was like a huge troll in the game, so I used to like close doors on people, and I would smoke like a blunt and get really high and close doors on people, and that was my favorite thing ever. And then I just thought it was hilarious, and I was like, all right, fuck this, I want to show it to people, I want to record this, I think other people will find it funny, and they did. But you know, it was just supposed to be like a fun little thing. It wasn't supposed to be like taking all my time, but people said I should stream. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll stream. And I would stream for like 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day.
Right. What's your job at the time? Was that when you were a chef?
Yeah, I was a line cook at this place called Bravo, like Italian restaurant. I did pizza and pasta and stuff.
Okay. Can you really break down like, oh, you go into the job? Because I've never been a cook, you know.
Well,
you go into the job.
I would wake up at like 5 a.m. I would go
Okay.
into the job at like 6 a.m. prep, and then I would stay until probably 3, 4 o'clock.
What do you start doing at the beginning? Like just cutting ingredients and shit before people are there?
Yeah, it's like cutting fucking like pizza ingredients, you know, stretching dough, you know, priming dough, shit like that, you know, getting everything ready for customers, you know, cleaning the oven, shit like that. And then I'd stay until like 4 o'clock. Sometimes I'd stay until like 11 o'clock, and then just, you know, that's it. Go home, play RuneScape, and fucking grind.
Okay. And then what's the stresses of the job, or like people aren't getting their shit on time, or something fucked up, or someone made like, you made like a mistake of putting like some ingredient that they don't want, like allergic to or some shit like that, or not? You didn't give a fuck really?
I mean, if somebody gave me a ticket and they're allergic to something, I'm just gonna like, all right. I mean, I'll try not to forget it, but if I do, fuck it. Like they can get a comp on the bill or something. The most stressful.
You get a comp on the bill, they're like dying.
I mean, fuck it. I mean, I might get fired. I might get fired, but it's fine. I mean, I won't get sued or anything, but it's that's a really bad thing to say, but fuck it. The most stressful thing about being a line cook was just getting in the weeds. Like if you get like 20 fucking tickets,
You're way behind.
and you're like, I got to make like 20 pizzas in like 10 minutes, dude. It's just awful. You know what I mean?
That sounds bad.
It's just really stressful. And then your chef comes up and he starts fucking yelling at you. It's like, where's the food at? It's like, dude, I got like 20 pizzas, bro. Like, you got to relax. And he's like, well, this shit's behind. I'm like, all right. So that was just completely awful. And then off season, they give you like 20 hours a week, which is shit. And then it's like, all right. And that's when I quit. I told him I was actually going to come back during season. But I quit because I wanted to kind of work on the streaming thing. Because I was like, all right, I'm making like, you know, I made $100 that month streaming. And I'm like, all right, $100 that month. That's not too bad, relatively speaking. The chef.
So you quit when you were only making $100 a month streaming?
I mean, relatively speaking, I was making like $2,000 a month as a, I think,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, so
as
you're
a
making,
chef.
yeah.
So, you know, it was,
5% the amount, you just quit?
yeah, I was like, well, because I was getting
Fuck
like,
it, dude.
well, I mean, they gave me like part-time hours
Okay.
off season. It was like,
But so you're still working there a little bit, or you completely quit?
no, I completely quit.
Okay,
'Cause
okay.
They gave me like shit. I think at one point they gave me like 10 hours for the week, and I was
Oh.
like, that's fucking
You were
terrible.
feeling pretty much fired anyway.
Well, I mean, it was just off.
off season, I get it,
Yeah,
okay.
so they didn't really need
I
a
don't
bunch of
really understand
people.
off-season. Okay, off season is people aren't coming to the restaurant a lot.
Yeah, it's like, so I lived in Florida, so there was the snowbird period where people would come down.
in the summer for vacation, I see.
Yeah, and then when for the winter. So when the winter time was over, it was off season. So the summertime's like off season.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because
People come in the winter? Oh, because it's warm.
it's warm, yeah. So that's the snowbird period. So the winter time was.
Wait, when I imagine Florida, I'm imagining like beaches and like people in like the summer like having fun. That's not true? I've never been to Florida.
I mean, they do, but the restaurant that I worked at was like a really fancy Italian restaurant. So a bunch of old people typically go there. So the old people
Old people go in the winter.
are the snowbirds that go there in the winter because they don't want to deal with the cold.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, I quit my job when I was getting like the part-time hours. I was like, all right, I'll come back during the season, guys. I'll see you later. And then actually, a couple weeks later, after quitting my job, Deadman Mode came out and my stream blew up. I literally went from 900 viewers to 4K just overnight.
Right.
And I managed to build up to 900 viewers just from doing like dumb shit and like, you know, risking items in a PvP world for no reason. And some guy actually gave me like 500 mil to stake, and I ended up staking that. That got me up to 900 viewers that one day.
Is this when you had, because I remember seeing old clips of you where you just had It was just like the N word over and over, but you didn't realize it was playing because like your headphones weren't working, or that's what you said. I don't know.
Well, so that's after Deadman Mode came out.
Oh, that's after, okay.
That was really when people.
Explain Deadman Mode too, because I don't know what the fuck that is.
It was just a new mode on RuneScape that was super hype, and people were ready for it.
Okay.
If it wasn't for Deadman Mode coming out on RuneScape, I would not be where I am today, for sure. Like, that blew my stream.
You owe them.
I do, actually. I owe Jagex. Shout out to Old School RuneScape. They really, that blew my stream up. I mean, I guess I could have built it up, maybe, because I was already at...
You might have given up, though.
I mean, probably not, because I was at 900 viewers.
How much were you making at 900 viewers?
I don't know. I think I made the first month of streaming, which is when I hit that 900 view count milestone. I think I made like 100 and something dollars a month for the first month.
You can't live on that.
And then, and then after.
Wait, so until the Deadman Mode, you didn't feel like you could live on that. There's this moment where you're like, oh, I could do this for a living. And it probably didn't hit until the Deadman Mode, right?
Right. I mean, when I was pulling the 900 viewers, I was like, I could definitely, this could be a thing. Like, let me just work. That's when I quit my job. I'm like, let me work on this. Because I wasn't really, I didn't really care about the donations at that point. I was just like, this looks like an opportunity, so let me just take that. Because fuck being a cook, this shit sucks.
Right, okay.
And Deadman Mode came out. And literally, the first day Deadman Mode came out, I made like $500 just like that, dude. Because I had song requests on. It was just like a thing that made the stream a little bit more funny. And, that's when
that was 5 times what you made the previous month in one day.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's when the N word and just the troll song started to come up. And
yeah.
I mean, that was never my intention. I didn't want people to be like.
Do you feel like you went down the toxic road for a while because of that? Because like that was what people wanted?
I mean.
Or was it? It's also funny to you, right?
I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about it. It's kind of funny. I mean, I'm not like racist or anything, but I'm a troll, and it's kind of funny. If I'm like listening to a fucking Green Day song and it says like chicken, like, all right, that's funny. Like, I don't know, but it was never my intention for the song request to be like a major part of the stream or for people to come in there and use it as like a troll thing.
Yeah.
It was mainly just for like engagement so people can play their own music.
Yeah.
But I just didn't give a fuck when people played trolled songs. I was just like, oh, whatever, that's funny. Like, fuck it. Like, it makes my time as a streamer a little bit more interesting. So that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I just went with it,
Okay, so so at this point you're like, okay, maybe I'm gonna make a living out of this, and that's a big mindset change from like, fuck, I had to like go cook and do shit I didn't want to do every day. You're probably like pretty hyped, or were you thinking it's really gonna happen, or
yeah, I mean,
when you hit the 4K viewers,
dude, when I hit that 4K viewers, just the next like overnight, dude, that next day, I was just like, holy shit, this is like, I got off stream that day and I was like, holy shit, that's fucking nuts. And I looked at the Streamlabs and like I just made like $500. I was just like super ecstatic. I was like, this could be the start of something great. But in the back of my head, I was still like, all right, it's Deadman Mode. This shit's hype. This probably isn't gonna last.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you had the negativity going on still.
Well,
pessimism in the back of your head. It might not work out.
Yeah, I just try to be a realistic thinker.
Okay.
I don't want to like I don't want to overhype myself because I just get sad afterward if it doesn't work out.
Right.
So
that happens to me a lot.
So I would still tell my parents that I was looking for a new job. They'd always come to my room. They're like, "Why are you just sitting in your room all day? Are you going to go find a job?"
I didn't realize you were living with your parents. Yeah.
And I moved out a year and a half after streaming, but I would tell them.
They're not believing in this fucking internet shit, right?
Well, I just didn't tell them.
You didn't tell them at all?
No, because I just thought it was embarrassing. Because I don't know. I didn't know what their reaction would be. Like, oh, I'm just going to sit inside and this is like making some money. Because my parents,
what do they do?
My mom is a COO of a private prison industry, and my dad is a technician. So they kind of just, I didn't want to tell them.
Funky job.
It's like, yeah, they have like real ass jobs. So it's just.
Private prison.
Yeah, my mom's the CEO of a.
I've heard some shitty stuff about those private prisons.
Hey,
what do you know about them?
Private prisons, I mean, they are shitty. Like, I'm not going to lie about that. But my mom worked in the mental health area of it.
Take care of people like me.
So, I mean, maybe, dude. I mean, she would, run the part of the prison that would take care of, like, the schizophrenic and, like, mentally ill inmates, So that was a little bit nicer than just using people who go to prison to make money.
Right. Damn, taking care of schizophrenics and shit.
Yeah, she would tell me some crazy ass stories. We would get phone calls like 3 a.m. of like people of like, you know, just guys who work at the prison just saying, yeah, this guy just tried to kill himself. And my mom, it's just like a normal thing. It's like, oh, all right, put him in confinement or something, or
Like tie them up like this.
yeah, or bring him to the hospital or something, or you know, whatever. It was just weird. And then my mom would say that some guys didn't take showers for months. They'd have mold growing on them. She had some crazy
Mold growing on them.
Yeah, there were some crazy stories she would tell me.
I was in a mental hospital one time.
And how was that?
And I didn't see anyone with mold growing on them, but I saw people like banging their heads on the wall, like for real. And then like people having to get tied up. And then I tell this on my stream sometimes. Like there was a girl in there who was eating her own period blood.
What?
There's some fucking weird shit going on.
How would you stay in there? Was that?
Well,
That
I wasn't allowed to. It was one of those times I tried to kill myself, and I wasn't allowed to leave because it's actually so evil. Like I was thinking about it while I was in there. It's hard for me to even flash back to it, but I was thinking about how evil it is. They don't even actually try to help you. They talk to you like 5 minutes a day. They just want you to stay, so that you're paying like $700 a day to stay in there. And
You
all
have
these
to
people
pay?
are paying. It's usually on your insurance, but I don't even have insurance. But you know, all these other people, their insurance companies are just paying for them to stay in there, and they just want them to stay no matter what. They don't want to help them, really. So it's really fucked up. But then like, there's no cell phones allowed inside. Like you leave it at a locker when you're first coming in, and like you can't like record the shit that's going on in there. That's really fucked up. And I was like, damn, I want to expose all this shit when I get out. Is what I was thinking.
So were you Baker acted, or did you go in there willingly?
No, I didn't go in there willingly. But then I think like I got debated. I thought that so I actually like someone called the cops on me because I tried to kill myself. And then ambulance came. They took me somewhere. They put a saline or whatever. I don't know what the fuck, because they thought that I overdosed on some shit. And then I'm just sitting there, and then all of a sudden like a cop shows up. I didn't know what was going on. A cop shows up and he handcuffs me, and I'm in the back of the cop car and takes me to like the mental hospital. And then they're like telling me some I don't know. I think I ended up signing something that like basically signed my life away that they could put me in there. But I didn't realize I got debated. Like they never told me what was going on, because I was like handcuffed and shit.
Yeah.
And then they're like, let me out of the handcuffs to sign something. I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. Like, I mean, I wasn't in the best mindset either. I was like, fuck, whatever. I don't give a fuck what's going on in the world. But anyway. Yeah.
That's
I went off
crazy.
on a tangent for a bit.
That's awful, dude.
Yeah, no, I think about that, and I'm like, damn, like, I should be grateful just to fucking be able to walk around, like, be free to do whatever. But it's so easy to not take everything for granted.
That place doesn't seem like it makes people want to not kill themselves.
Not at all. No, a doctor would actually only talk to you 5 minutes a day, and he'd be like, okay, so what do you think, how are you feeling? And I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to kill myself. And then he's like, so tell me, like, you know, you woke up today, like, how are you feeling? And I was like, yeah, great. I feel good. It was a mistake. You know, I want to get out. I want to do things. I realize, like, this is a lot worse. I'm sad here. You know? And then, but then they're just like, yeah, I think a couple more days. And every time.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to this shit. Okay, so I got off the tangent just because your mom works at a prison. But, okay, you were a chef. Before being a chef, did you have any other jobs?
I worked at Dunkin' Donuts when I was 16, and I had an internship at a Morgan Stanley because I was gonna do finance. That's what I was majoring in.
You had an internship at Morgan Stanley.
It was like
That's cool.
it was like an off branch of Morgan Stanley.
Dunkin' Donuts, Morgan Stanley. Pretty different.
I mean, yeah, it's this fucking bullshit high school job.
So what were you doing there? What was the internship?
I mean, I wasn't doing anything special. I ended up getting some certifications in Microsoft while I was there, like Excel and, you know, fucking just PowerPoint, Outlook, like all those fucking programs. I just got certifications in, and I just did like paperwork and Excel spreadsheets and like added shit up and like counted papers and fucking filed shit. It was just bullshit stuff that they didn't want to do.
Right, got it.
But hopefully I was going to work my way up into some sort of entry level job, but I ended up quitting that internship anyways when the streaming stuff happened.
Well, first being the chef and then the streaming stuff, right?
Yeah, well, I was a chef and I did internship at the same time.
Oh, at the same time. Okay, now it's making sense. Okay, got it.
Yeah, just when I wasn't working as a chef.
The streaming stuff starts happening, you getting like 4K viewers, and I remember around this time people were spamming in my chat shit like Ice Poseidon made you, and I was like, who's Ice Poseidon? And I was wondering like, how did you tell people to go spam that shit, or how did that start?
No, I didn't. I mean,
they just did that.
Well, that's the indirect perk of, you know, people say like toxicity is bad in streams, but I mean, and sure, like toxicity is not great, like sure, but there's a perk to it, and the perk is the
viewers are fucking crazy.
The viewers they want to grow the stream because they love the community. You know what I mean?
Okay.
People say toxic community. I just think it's a fun time. Like internet culture is gonna look like it's toxic from an outside perspective, but it's not really. I mean, sure, it's toxic, but it's fun toxic. It's not like no harm done type shit. So the viewers would spread out and they would just try to advertise my stream by word of mouth. I didn't tell them to do that. They just fucking did it.
They were doing a good job because that's how I found out about you.
Yeah. So and you know that's when I saw people were doing that, I would obviously talk about it on my stream and I'd be like, oh, that's funny. Like, oh, that's like I definitely I didn't tell them to do it, but I definitely you know
It benefited you.
Encouraged it. I was like, oh, that's not bad. Thanks, guys. Like, you know, type shit. So
yeah.
But yeah, and then I ended up telling my parents eventually after the second month when I made like, I don't know, I think I made like $4,000.
Okay.
So
you're making like, yeah, you're making pretty consistent money day to day, and you're like, okay, this seems like it's gonna be a thing, and the viewer counts were high, and you're like, told your parents. What did your parents say?
I don't even remember. I told my mom, I was like, she's like, are you gonna go and apply for jobs? Because it's, you know, this is.
Oh, so you're trying to get her off your case, kind of.
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm actually not gonna apply for jobs. I showed her my PayPal and I was like, here, I made like $4,000 doing this streaming thing, and she's like, what's that? And I'm like, I play RuneScape, and she fucking hated that I still played RuneScape. 'Cause
Yeah.
When I was younger, I had a really bad experience with a RuneScape friend of mine.
I want to know.
We did some prank calls. We used to prank call a lot, and which is terrible because I hate fucking callers nowadays. But
back then it was funny because you're on the other side of it.
oh yeah, I was like 15 years old. You know? I was like a kid. So we used to prank call, and basically I ended up calling my school, and we were prank calling my school, and my friend that was in my Skype call with me, he took it way too far, and he said that there was a bomb or whatever.
Oh shit.
And I was just like, and I hung up the call because I'm like, what the fuck? That's a little bit too.
Your school?
Yeah, and I'm like, that's kind of too far, dude. And he's like, it's whatever. We're on Skype. They're not gonna find us. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm hosting the call. Like,
no, that thought process is already fucked up. They're not gonna find us.
Yeah,
this thought process isn't like we're not fucking them over that hard. It's they're not gonna find us.
Yeah, I mean, my friend was a little bit psycho. I mean, I was a little bit psycho too when I was younger.
You met him in RuneScape.
Met him in RuneScape. Yeah, we used to fish.
You used to fish? It's fucking funny.
No, not fish. We used to fish credit cards.
Oh.
Yeah, we made a.
You meant like, is there fishing in RuneScape?
Yeah, we did that too.
Yeah.
We
did that too. Fish credit cards, fishing game. Okay.
Yeah, we used to we made like a fake RuneScape site, and we used to fish like credit cards and shit. So that's why I was
People thought they were logging in and paying for some shit that wasn't what they were doing.
Yeah, and we like hacked accounts and shit. And,
oh fuck.
And it was like that's why I was talking to these like that's why he was a little fucked up. But I was fucked up too. But I actually never did anything with the credit cards because I was too afraid to because I never wanted to go to jail.
You like the rush of getting it?
I just liked it was like an adrenaline rush. Yeah.
Getting game.
Just like getting something.
There's some like really like there's celebrities they go steal shit just because like for the rush, you know?
I mean, yeah, something like that. I mean, I'm over all that now, but
yeah.
This was back when I was a kid and I was fucked up and I was like super like awkward. I didn't talk to anybody, had no friends, so I had to get some sort of rush somewhere, I guess. So my mom hated fucking RuneScape because she just assumes she associated RuneScape with like fucked up people that I talked to on the internet. Because I ended up having when that happened, the police ended up coming to my house. They took my computer. And
that's intense.
Yeah, they literally next day, they like 6 a.m, police raided my house. They took my computer and everything. And
they brought your computer back after they found out nothing's on there? Or?
Yeah, they brought my computer back when they realized that I wasn't the one who said it after they looked at the voice recordings and all this other shit. They were gonna arrest me at first, but I ended up going to like this fucking autism camp. It was a wilderness camp for kids that had behavior issues.
Wait, was it the option to be arrested or do this? Or you just...
It wasn't really that option, but the school was going to kick me out of school. And
Makes sense, yeah.
to avoid that, my mom was like, okay, we're going to send him to this camp, so don't expel him from every fucking school.
You're trying to fix him. We're trying to fix him or whatever, right?
Yeah, so I was at that camp for like 3 months before I graduated out of the camp, which you had to do like certain criteria to get out of there, like behave and like other...
Okay, a bunch of check marks, like I'm not that...
Snitch on like a certain amount of people and shit like that.
Okay.
And I ended up getting out of there, went back to school, everything's all normal. But yeah, so I ended up...
How did you get the recordings? Wait, because you were just talking on Skype. Is everything recorded? Is everything I'm saying recorded when I talk?
I don't really...
The police were able to get recorded of you guys talking?
Yeah, I don't really know. I think we left a voicemail or something. I don't know. I don't really remember. Something.
Okay, go on.
It was something like that, yeah. But I told my mom this, and she was just like, you're making money from RuneScape? Like, she was just a little... She didn't understand it. And I explained it to her, and she's like... And I showed her the Twitch and everything, and she's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like she's
you're
pretty...
entertaining. You're entertaining people.
Yeah, entertainment. And she understood it. Like, she's not... dumb. She understood like streaming and everything. She's like, okay, well, as long as you're making money, that's fine. And then she's like, rent's due. Like she started making me pay rent because she saw $4,000. And she's like, okay, you're not just sitting here not living
pay
for
me
free.
Something, dude.
So I ended up paying her like $500 a month, which is cheap.
Really cheap, yeah. Now you know it's cheap.
Yeah. Oh yeah. After living in Los Angeles, but
like $4K a month and shit.
Yeah, but that's pretty much how that all started.
Yeah. The part about when you start making money doing something that becomes validated like that, like you're talking to your mom, and if you didn't have money to show for it, then she wouldn't believe in it at all. You know
yeah, I could show her view counts, but it wouldn't.
She wouldn't give a shit.
That's nothing. Yeah.
So yeah, that thing that money validating you doing something makes it so you have to care about like making a... I mean, you do care about making money, but it's weird how as you go through life, like the things that don't make money, people don't value at all. It seems like for me at least, I don't know. Like I have some hobby on the side. Like if it doesn't make me money, like people are like, how many of those do you sell? Like I take pictures.
Yeah. Do
you sell the picture? Like no, I don't sell anything. Like fuck. Like unless you're making money doing it, people don't think it's cool.
Well, I think the newer generation will probably understand if you're not making money a little bit better. Because they're just familiar with the internet and how things,
can grow and you can be
opportunities, yeah. But my parents, they're like, what the fuck's the word, like boomers or something? Like they're from like the 70s.
Right.
Like,
they need to see the money to see that. It's...
Like money is like what made the world go round at that time, and it still does, but at a lesser extent. So obviously, as my parents just didn't want me to bum around. They wanted me to do something, so the money just validated them doing something.
Yeah, makes sense. And then you're able to pay rent, so you don't. Yeah, this year you're getting somewhere. Okay, so you're starting to get somewhere. You're getting a lot of viewers playing RuneScape, and then the big thing happened where you started streaming outside with Pokemon Go.
Well, it started off with the social eating.
Me too.
Remember the fucking social eating on Twitch?
So social eating came out, and I remember I went to the grocery store and I just bought a plate of veggies, and I was like, I just want to do nothing.
You're the broccoli guy.
So I can just talk. Yeah, I just want to be able to talk because I always wanted to just stream talking, which is I guess what we're doing now. But you couldn't do it on Twitch. You had to play a game, and I was like, this is a great way to just bullshit my way through this. I just bought a big thing of like veggies I could eat all day because it's a party platter, dude. It's if we can eat it real slowly. There's like celery and carrots.
Yeah.
And I sat there for 10 hours eating broccoli, celery, and carrots. And then, so you were doing that too? I didn't realize.
Well, I didn't do it like that, but I saw that you were doing the social eating with the broccoli stuff. So I was like, okay.
It was on the news.
Yeah,
on CBS.
Yeah, it was. So I saw that and I was like, okay, this looks like some good shit because I didn't want to. Like RuneScape was starting to get old. It was just, at this point I was probably streaming RuneScape for like 8 months or something, 7 months.
Played it for 10 years too.
Yeah, and then it was just starting to get old. Like I wanted to, fulfill myself more because I was making enough money to just sustain myself on RuneScape, getting enough viewers. But I just like to think of the long run. I'm like, all right, eventually viewers are gonna get old of RuneScape. They're gonna get tired of it. It's gonna go down, and also, I'm gonna get bored of it. So I started doing variety gaming, and that was all cool. Still, great. But I wanted to fulfill myself more. I saw you doing the social eating, and I'm like, okay. So I started, I'm trying to remember what I first did. I remember going out to McDonald's. I got like a McDouble.
Yeah.
And I was just walking around eating this fucking
really
McDonald's. Just real slow, just eating for like an hour, eating
That's
McDouble. and just bullshitting and talking, and that was great. And then
That had been the most fun you had in a long time, right? Doing that stream, probably.
yeah, because I was just like,
New.
it was exotic, you know? It's like I'm streaming, but I'm not playing games, and it's okay. Like the exotic part was I'm not getting banned for this, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
it was sort of like,
When you're a little kid, like doing drugs is way more exciting because,
it's illegal.
well, okay, you know what I mean? Like, or just drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
It's really exciting when you're little.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's like you were out there like doing something you're not really allowed to do, but you're getting by, like gray area.
Yeah.
You're eating.
it was an adrenaline rush type thing, but it was also fun, like more fun, because I could just, I could express myself in like greater ways than just playing a game can do for me.
Yeah. So you got to see your personality more. And I think that's when you really started blowing up, when they got to see like how you interact with other people and you know, you'd fucking troll people too in real life.
I was like to fuck around, yeah,
Yeah,
it's fun.
So who are the first people you started meeting when you were IRL streaming? Well, no, if we're still going, so you did the social eating for a while, then you did the Pokemon Go. I remember watching you do the Pokemon Go. You were just completely alone.
Yeah.
In Florida. Mm-hmm. And then you weren't really meeting anyone from streaming at that point yet, right?
Not yet, no. I was, I just started streaming the Pokemon Go because I was like, oh, this is...
You weren't even really playing. You were like just bullshitting, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here, let me collect this Pokeball real quick. Like, I just bullshitting, you know? I was like, just trying to go around and like, I just thought it would be fun because when I was in high school, I took drama class and, I did a lot of improv.
I didn't know that.
In high school, and I was in a lot of plays. And I always found that shit fun, just go around and like do funny shit and like fuck
We should
around.
do a scene right now.
An improv scene?
Yeah.
All right, let's
So
do
I've
it.
never done improv, but I did it with Greek a little bit. It was fun.
Okay.
So we did this. You are a lunch lady at an elementary school, and I'm a little kid that doesn't have enough money to pay for the food.
Okay.
But you can't give me the food.
Okay.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. All right. You gotta get into it for a second. All right.
Here's your food.
No.
Oh yeah, never mind. Oh wait, no, I forgot. Hey, I forgot, dude. Yeah, let's try that again.
All right, back it in. All right, so I'm in the line. I'm coming up. I just got to you. Okay. Hi. I'm really hungry. I don't have any money though, but I'm really hungry. Could I have some food?
I don't get paid enough for this shit. Listen, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. I can't give you food. But what you can do is you can sign up for the program for. You can sign up for the program, and you can get a free cheese sandwich every day at the lunchroom if your parents sign and show that they have no money. I'm sorry, kid. You got to go.
No, but I'm hungry right now. I haven't eaten anything today or yesterday at all.
I work as a lunch lady at a school for less than minimum wage. I don't have time for this shit.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
My job absolutely, completely sucks, and you're the last person I want to fucking deal with. I'm not a psychologist. I'm sorry. You got to go, kid. Sign up for the cheese sandwich program, and you're fine.
The cheese sandwich program, but what if they don't? I can't. I want to eat something right now.
I mean, I think the trash can's pretty full. Half these kids don't have enough appetite to eat everything.
You're brutal, dude.
I mean, honestly.
Can they really be like that?
I mean, back in my school, yeah, some of those lunch ladies.
They want to go out there like the trash can.
They were like, at my school, these lunch ladies were like, really just like, they were just like hood ass motherfuckers. They don't have time for no shit. It's like, here, they give the food and it's like, fuck off, So,
it's funny that sometimes people do say shit like that, like I don't get paid enough for this shit to a little kid. A little kid doesn't know what that means. What do you mean minimum wage? What are you talking about? Like, what does that mean, But
yeah.
They will say stuff like that, I think, sometimes. But not as crazy as you just did.
I mean, obviously I was going over the top.
That was interesting.
But yeah, no,
so you did that. You did improv in school or whatever. What are you saying?
Yeah, I did improv in school, so I always found it fun to just like talk with people. And now, when I was younger, I was awkward as fuck, and I didn't like talking to people. But I did.
You're like a kid who went home from school after school and played Runescape all day, and then woke up and did it again, right?
But
Did you have any friends?
I had no friends, no.
Okay, no friends.
But my parents, during the summer, instead of allowing me to play RuneScape all day, they didn't want me to sit inside all day because they said that was unhealthy. So they signed me up for the the summer drama program thing, and that was an extension from the school, and that's kind of how I got into it, the drama stuff and the improv and stuff, and I enjoyed my time there. I enjoyed talking to other people there. It was really cool. I didn't really make friends with any of them, but I found it really cool to like go on stage and like chat with them. So I always found that shit fun. So when Pokemon Go came out, I was like, this is a great opportunity for me to bullshit my way through this, but also show my viewers, something a little that's a little bit more different and just something that I enjoy. Because, I enjoy video games, but the shit gets old real fast when you stream it all fucking day.
Yeah, it ruins the game, actually.
It does. So, I just started doing the Pokemon Go, and that's kind of where shit blew up. In the first Pokemon Go stream, I got 20K viewers.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think the most I had before that was Deadman Mode tournament for Runescape. I think I had like 15 or 12K or something like that.
Yeah, and then you were just getting consistent 20K for a while.
Every time I did a Pokemon Go, I consistently got like 20K viewers.
Yeah.
It was super hype.
Yeah, that was the peak of my career too, the Pokemon Go.
Dude, you were pulling like 50K viewers.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I tweeted when that was going on, I was like, dude, this Pokemon Go is my peak, it's all downhill from here. I remember tweeting that shit. But I know, okay, when you're improving, like, people in real life aren't that exciting to talk to, like improv or something. Like, people don't want to talk. They're like out just doing their thing. For some reason, everyone's like, they just want to go where they're going, get their coffee, like go to the next place, go to do their thing. They're on a mission. They don't want to fucking interact with other humans. Like, from my experience, I try to make friends. I try to just go out, make friends with random people. It doesn't fucking work out that well, I mean, you didn't have any friends either. I guess it doesn't work out that well for you. But
when you stream the IRL?
No, without streaming.
Oh, without streaming. Oh, yeah. I mean, before I was a streamer, I didn't have really any friends. I think I had like 2 friends, but I didn't really hang out with them too much. I would smoke weed with my coworkers and after work, and then I would go home. That was basically it. It was just
okay.
I didn't really
Not too bad, though.
I didn't really relate to any of my coworkers. Those were the only people.
Relating is the hard thing, and then through the internet, it helps you find people you actually relate to. So you go on with the coworkers, you didn't relate.
I didn't really relate to them. I never made friends in high school because I was fucking shy and I got bullied and shit. And I was like, fuck all that, I hate everyone. So then when I got out of high school, my coworkers that I worked at my job that I didn't relate to because they were all like 30, 40 years old, cooks that were like just not, they all.
They're going to be doing that forever, most likely. That they might have a family and shit.
Yeah, and there was nobody who was young. I was the only person that was under 25 working there, and they were all like, they're all like drinking every day. They're just like old dudes.
Trying to get through life, dude.
Exactly, and I was like, I can't relate to that shit. And so I smoked weed with them for a little bit, and then I would go home. But it wasn't until after I started doing the Pokemon Go stuff that I actually, I still didn't make any friends in Florida, but I talked to people at least. I talked to people that I met outside, which is nice. Never hung out with them off stream, but talked to them on stream.
Right.
And that really prepared me for, the future that I had.
I remember when you were really excited about moving to LA. Was that a little after the Pokemon? When was that?
Yeah, I moved to LA, I think.
Were you banned on Twitch at the time? Was that when you were banned for like a month, not like perma yet?
Yeah, I had a 45-day ban for accidentally leaking a girl's number during my first IRL stream, the day that the IRL category came out. Which is funny.
A 45-day ban for leaking a phone number?
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal.
I know. And I thought it was funny because I remember beta testing the IRL section. Like, they sent me like Twitch sent me a beta test to like look at it on my phone and like test it out and like make sure it was all good.
Yeah, so you felt like you're on their team.
Yeah, I mean, I was like trying to,
fucked you.
And I was like giving them good feedback and shit. And I was like, they didn't really fuck me, I guess, but I was getting them good feedback. And then when the first day IRL came out, I got banned. I was like, that's shitty, dude.
And I mean, there's hype of this section coming out that you would have been able to take advantage of. It probably stressed you out a lot that you missed out on it because you were the IRL dude.
Yeah, I mean, I actually remember my my Twitch partner manager. He actually texted me and he was like, this is the first day IRL came out. I know you've been waiting for this, but be careful, dude. Or he said something like that. He's like, don't get yourself banned. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But it's like, you can't, like, I just forgot to mute the fucking phone when I got this person's number. It was a complete accident. And
yeah, I mean, if you're going through life, you forget that certain things have to be filtered. especially like something like that. It's not as obvious.
And it was the first day that it came out.
First day, yeah.
So it was, but I think it was
been
also
a little more lenient about that. That should have been like a couple.
Well, I guess
the people you're talking to though that are nice to you and have want you to test the shit, and the people that moderate it are completely different sections. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because those people who like you aren't the ones who decide how fucked you get.
Yeah, I mean, it was also another thing. I told the person that I wasn't streaming as well because I didn't want.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want the awkward interaction of like go the fuck away.
Right.
Type shit. So I don't know. IRL streaming
Yeah,
can be a little rough sometimes, especially at the beginning when I didn't really know how to do it.
Yeah, I never knew what to do with that shit because I want people to see what interactions are like just normally, and then if there's a camera on people, they're all completely different, and it sucks. I mean, it ruins the authenticity, the whole feel of it, you know. But then there's also like people calling wherever the fuck you go.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like a big problem. You can't even like live your life at all at some point.
that wasn't too big of an issue.
That wasn't a big issue for you?
When I first started. It wasn't. Yeah, no, it wasn't.
When you went to LA, it started being big.
Yeah, when I went to, I don't really remember, but I'm pretty sure when I went to LA, that's when it really just got bad with the calling and all
So
that.
the 45-day ban ended. Do you remember how you came back? Like what was the first thing you did?
Yeah, so during the 45-day ban, I took the opportunity to just move to LA because I mainly moved to LA for my roommate. His name's Voldesad. He
I know him, yeah.
he lived in California. He lived in Orange County, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna move to California so I can move in with him because he was my only friend. You know, I've known him for like 10 years on RuneScape, and I haven't even met him yet. So
Right.
I ended up I moved to LA because that was the nearest biggest city near him. And I was like, this is gonna be great content for IRL when I get unbanned, all this shit. So I get unbanned, I do this big like hype thing in like a fucking inmate outfit. I'm like,
Getting out of jail and
like, yeah, getting out of jail, here I am, fucking. And it was hype as fuck when I came back. I think I peaked at like 13, 14K viewers, which was, I mean, on Twitch, I was pulling like 8K, 7K viewers. So that was big for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is cool. And then I just, was playing games. I played Resident Evil, and I was just trying to be like chill. I didn't want to get banned. I didn't do IRL for like 2 weeks. I was just playing games, just trying to be chill as fuck, dude. And then I went outside. I did some because, well, first of all, I told myself I wasn't really going to do IRL too much because I didn't want to get banned. But I was like, after a while, I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to try it. Went outside, started doing IRL again. It was really great, pulling hella, like, just crazy amount of viewers, just like,
And you're having fun, you're excited, and like new shit's happening.
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
going outside.
channel was growing. It was great, having a great time. 15K viewers every day. It was really good. The only downside was I was making no money because there was no text-to-speech, IRL text-to-speech. Right? There was no IRL equipment back in the day. I was using fucking my iPhone to stream, and then eventually moved on to the Terra deck.
Oh, S8 for a while first, right?
No, I used the iPhone for a while, and then I ended up getting this device called a VidiU from Terra deck.
I remember that everyone made fun of that Terra deck. They were making fun of how much you spent on it.
Well, the VidiU was $900. It wasn't the big one. So and then I connected that with like my phone hotspot. And then after a while, I got the big Terra deck, which was like 4K, and
it just looked stupid, right?
It was not meant for IRL streaming. It was meant for like news agencies that are in one place, It wasn't meant for moving around. It had like overheating issues.
You're like getting in a fucking Uber and it's like
wires, crazy shit.
Like you're bombing it.
Yeah, it was so sketchy, dude. But I mean, at that point, I was losing a lot of fucking money on Ubers and shit, and just 'cause I was making no money.
Yeah, you might even be costing you money to stream.
Yeah, and I didn't really get any subs either because they didn't pop up on the screen. I didn't acknowledge them. So
yeah, I know.
After a while, I'd started to implement this thing where I do like half gaming, half IRL, so I didn't go.
You can make money and also have fun, making new content that is exciting for people.
Exactly, yeah. And everything was going good for a while. I mean, I went to events. It was great, I was talking with Twitch about stuff and about traveling, and they would give me money to travel and like
that's cool.
All this kind of shit. And then I got banned.
Yeah, you got banned. Was it for the stream in the airport? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I was actually watching that stream.
It was.
Were you actually at the end of the stream? Were you like on the plane and like showing out the window?
Yeah.
And then you got swatted?
Well, yeah, I got swatted when the plane landed in Phoenix.
When it landed, okay.
I wasn't live or anything, but
I don't think you were live when it got swatted. Yeah.
But I thought it was weird that I didn't think I was gonna get banned because that was not the first time I streamed at an airport. It's not the first time anybody streamed at an airport. You know, it's like people have done that before, and I did that. You know, a few days before. I thought it was cool. Like,
but maybe it was the first time like Twitch got some bad press about it or something, or like maybe someone important like emailed them and was like, "Yo, this is not okay," and then they decided like, do we care more about like this important dude's opinion that's like an investor in our company or like Ice Poseidon? They're like, "Fuck Ice Poseidon," right?
yeah,
Fuck Paul Danino.
I think it was the bad press thing, the bad publicity. But the funny thing about that was I was wearing my Twitch jacket when I got swatted, but after I got out of the handcuffs and you know the police let me go, I actually took off my Twitch jacket because I saw that there were like people giving interviews, like there was like news agencies
so you
there.
were trying to make it not look bad for Twitch, yeah.
Yeah, so I took off the Twitch jacket and I put another shirt on, why my shirt was fucking backwards in that interview.
That's nice of you though.
Because I was like trying to not, you know, involve my job like in any way because I just was trying to look out. And then, yeah, they interviewed me and because I was trying to give my side of the story so people didn't think I was like some fucking prankster that did this shit on purpose because that's not the case. But some of the passengers were thinking that stupid shit.
Right.
So
we might have actually scared people, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this one guy, he said he gave on the news interview. He's like, yeah, I saw him recording, sitting waiting for the plane, and I thought this was like a joke, and I thought he kind of scared me, and I'm just like thinking in my head when I saw that, I'm like, I scared you? Like I'm talking to a camera, dude. Like this is not the 80s anymore,
Age of
bro.
YouTube and shit. It's weird.
So
weird?
He's some old guy though, so I don't know.
Let's see.
But yeah, I mean, I got swatted on that plane because, I mean, I don't know. I guess I was streaming at the airport and.
They knew what gate you're coming out of.
And I mean, yeah, they just knew where I was flying to.
That's when the toxicity gets to be too much. Because you're saying the toxic viewers are nice because they like go spread out and do whatever. But when they're starting to swat you and shit, that's when you fucking hate them, right?
Yeah, I mean.
But it's only a select few or even one dude.
So honestly, I have been swatted a lot, but it's always been one specific person that does it.
One dude just went to jail for swatting. Did you see that?
Yeah, 20 years. Thank God. Fuck that guy.
Wait, is he somebody who swatted you? Or you wouldn't know?
No, I'd probably not. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But this one guy that swatted me on the plane, swatted me fucking the other 30 fucking times. It was one guy because he just fucking hated me. He was trying to extort money off me. Fucking, I would never give him money because fuck that guy. He's a retard. I'd say I give him money, but I just wouldn't. I'd try to like buy time to not get swatted. And then I ended up getting him.
That's fucking hard, though.
I think the police ended up visiting him. He was some kid from Germany, and I ended up finally getting the police to like pay him a visit. And the swatting just slowed the fuck down after that.
Slowed down.
Yeah.
Didn't stop.
It stopped for a while.
And he's like, you know what? Fucking, I'm gonna do it again.
I think after the police visited him, I only got swatted like twice since then.
Okay.
Or like 3 times. Like it really has been not a thing anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people don't really do that. And like it's not like swatting someone's like a big fucking deal. You know, you could get 20 years in jail for that. So people don't do that shit. It was just this one fucking stupid kid who was like 16 who thought he was funny in Germany that kept doing it over and over until he finally got caught.
Like your friend when you were 15 who said the bomb thing, but a little more intense. Actually, it's similar.
I mean, definitely similar. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to talk to some fucked up people. So, but I used to be fucked up too. I mean, I never called in bomb threats or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you know, just phishing credit cards on RuneScape. Even if I never spent the money, it was still kind of fucked.
Yeah, it is interesting though how depending on who you're around and like how bored you are, how quickly you can go down a life path where you're like a bad person. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you were phishing credit cards and shit. That's pretty bad. You didn't use them, yeah, but like you were almost down like criminal life path, right?
Yeah, it was. It was definitely sketchy.
And if you had more friends like that one dude, you might have been the guy swatting people instead of the guy getting swatted.
True. Actually, I did make a little bit of money off RuneScape when I was younger. Not from credit cards though. I did it more innocently. I used to be a glitcher. Like I used to glitch on RuneScape and find bugs and shit.
Okay.
And I found, and there was this one bug at Barbarian Assault where you could duplicate blood runes. This like really expensive.
Something you could sell on eBay.
Really expensive item. Yeah, I'd sell the blood runes into the Grand Exchange, and then I'd just sell the fucking RuneScape gold.
Okay.
So I basically
Where did you sell RuneScape gold back then? Was there a site or was it eBay or what was it?
Yeah, it was just some Chinese site.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would basically have an unlimited supply of gold, and I would just sell it until they patched the fucking glitch.
Okay, cool.
And I made probably like a few $100 because duping the blood runes is not an easy task. Let me try to remember.
In the old days, with games I played, you had to like crash a server to dupe shit.
RuneScape was much easier. I think what I did was there was a trap at Agility Pyramid in the desert. So what I would do was you'd go
I
on
love these kind of stories.
you go on the trap, and then you would open up an interface, and then you teleport to your house, and then when you close the interface of your house, it would force teleport you back to the fucking pyramid in the desert, and then you go to Barbarian Assault, and then you die in Barbarian Assault, and you would respawn outside of your house portal with all the items smuggled.
Okay.
So basically the game thought you were still in your house because you force teleported outside of your house in like a weird way.
And the items are in both places?
And then, no, you smuggle the items out. And
I
then
don't understand exactly.
basically the items you're not supposed to take out, the game would take the items from you when you leave this mini game, but I would smuggle the items out and sell them. And then eventually...
Oh, you don't get to keep the item after this mini game.
Exactly.
And you get to keep it. Okay, it's different than most duping.
Yeah, and then...
usually it's like, it's your item already, and you put it in a chest, or you drop it on the floor, and then you still have it in your inventory also because you crash the server at the same time.
Yeah.
And then the item exists in both places, and then you grab it, and you have two.
Yeah, so I guess...
Yeah, I get it.
It's not really duplicating. I guess it was smuggling.
Smuggling, okay. So it's like taking an item out of something that's supposed to keep it in a minigame. I get it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then they ended up fixing that. But I made like a few $100. It was cool.
Back then, how did you talk? Did you used to chat on AIM or like, how did people in RuneScape talk to each other when they weren't in game?
MSN.
MSN, okay.
I used to use the MSN chat, dude. The talk to all my little glitcher friends.
Okay, yeah, I was using like IRC, I remember. And we were just hanging out because sometimes we would play different games and that's the only place we could hang out to decide what game we were playing next. Mm-hmm. I play a bunch of MMOs. But your parents don't sound like the kind of parents who would pay a monthly subscription for an MMO.
Oh, they did. My mom. I mean,
they did?
RuneScape was $5.
Oh, I thought RuneScape was free.
Well, it's free, but then the membership's $5.
Oh, you had the membership.
Yeah. So.
Oh, what's up?
It was.
Rich kid over here, dude.
Yeah, I ended up. Yeah, my mom was just like, I was like, hey, like I used to cut the lawn for an allowance. I get $20 a week if I cut the lawn, like take out the trash and shit. So I would, she would just add that to the allowance.
Yeah. The RuneScape membership. That's cool. Okay. All right. So I got a feel for your life now and how things panned out. So okay, let me go through this. So you got bullied a lot in school. You had very few friends. You had the bomb threat thing. You would have gotten kicked out of the school, but you went to like autism camp for like 3 months, and then they didn't kick you out of the school, and then you started like the fucking the drama / like improv stuff.
I was a fucked up kid.
Okay, and you had no friends except these guys in RuneScape, and Valdestat was one of them. Mm-hmm. And then was that already your friend back then?
Yeah.
And then you had the Morgan Stanley internship, and you worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and then you were a line chef, and then you started streaming, and you had the half face thing, and then you did the face reveal, and then the Deadman Mode, and then it pumped your viewers from 900 to 4K. And then Social Eating came out. You went around eating the burger. And then you fucking did Pokemon Go. Had a bunch of viewers moved from Florida to California while you were banned and getting swatted and shit. You went through a lot of shit. And then I remember like seeing pictures of you throughout the time period. And like they had it before. Like your face was all nice and clean. And then you were like looked like you fucking aged 20 years in like 1 year, dude. From like all the shit you went through.
I mean, yeah. Think about it. It's like. Okay, so I get banned from Twitch, right? And I'm like in LA at this point, and I'm like having to pay rent, and I don't have that much money saved up because IRL streaming didn't make you fucking any money. So I'm like, okay, this is not good. I got that news. I'm like, this. I have to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do. And I just knew. I looked at some past experiences, like Groscore, for example. I saw that when he was banned from Twitch, he waited like a month before he went to stream on fucking Hitbox, and I was like, okay. I'm not going to wait a month because that's retarded and I need to make sure I'm not about to go broke and get fucking...
Might be worried about falling off too, right?
Yeah, and worried about the viewers declining and like just like having nothing. Everything I built was just wasted. So, but here's the thing that really saved me from transitioning from Twitch to YouTube is the Reddit definitely saved my butt on that, because while I was banned,
still had a community somewhere
on Twitch, I still had a community that was congregating on some platform, which was Reddit. So there'd be like 10,000 people just waiting until I announce where I'm going to stream. And I was trying to hype it up, and I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to announce what I'm going to do tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, I was like, here's my YouTube channel. I'm going to stream the next day. So 2 days after I got banned from Twitch, I streamed on YouTube.
Nice. Yeah. You figure that shit out fast. That's usually hard to decide on. People are really scared to. I've never streamed on YouTube. This is my first time streaming on YouTube. People are scared to like mix it up for some reason, and I don't even view myself as a person who's scared to mix it up. But I guess I never tried. And then
well, a lot of Twitch streamers, they have their contracts. So
right. I think usually it's just gaming though, that you can't stream on other sites. Oh, but your Reddit did some really funny shit, like the thing where you Google, I don't know if it's still there, like the richest man in LA, and you pop up, Paul Danino, the picture like this.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty funny. I can imagine like going up to someone in real life and they have no, like, you have like a hype man with you and they're like, you don't know who this is? He's the richest man in LA, Google it, And then they fucking search you because your Reddit all somehow made that pop up on the top of the like SEO,
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, no, the Reddit does great things, dude. The memes that come from it are so amazing. And I'm super proud of where it has come, you know what I mean? Like the Reddit itself, it's not just my Reddit. I think a lot of streamers and just in this community, they go and they look at it because there's just so much, it has a lot of influence, There's a lot of like, interesting like memes that come from it that are used everywhere else.
Yeah, it's true. And you started with Reddit too. You were saying before you even started streaming, like you were posting your shit on Reddit.
Yeah, I mean
before Twitch at all.
On the Runescape Reddit, yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I've always loved Reddit, so it was good. Sometimes I don't love Reddit, but usually I love Reddit.
When they're shit talking about you and making up some random stories that aren't even true, and then they have it written out really well, perfect punctuation. It looks like it's like this guy knows what he's talking about, and then like it goes off on a tangent forever that you didn't even do that shit in there, and then everyone's believing it. It's pretty fucking annoying.
Yeah, I assume that if somebody's writing like 4 paragraphs about analyzing my behavior, I want to just assume that they're like trolling in some way.
They're not, dude.
I mean,
I don't think.
Depending on how I'll read it, depending on how it reads, I'll decide if it's a troll or not. But some people, I come to the conclusion that they write these analyzed fucking posts strictly to just piss you off.
When do you think your Reddit hated you the most?
When I was dating Caroline.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah,
dude.
I was thinking that.
Like,
your Caroline was like blue for me.
Yeah, I mean.
Maybe worse for you.
I'm not really too familiar with blue.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll just talk about Caroline, dude. Okay,
I mean, yeah, Caroline. It was just like none of my viewers liked her, and I knew why. I just didn't.
What was why?
Dude, she just was so bad at anything. Like
she was so bad at anything.
Like herself in the public eye. She had no idea how to like.
So it wasn't what she was really like to you.
Right. I mean, in our free time, I enjoyed her company, but she still pissed me off with some of the shit she would do. She'd like go on Twitter and she would just, respond to like hate and just, it would make me look bad. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I would tell her like, stop, don't do that shit. Like I told her, I'm like, you're not good with like responding to shit. You're not good with like public relation shit.
I'm not good at that either, dude.
With your image and stuff. So you're pretty good. I mean, you managed to get to where you are.
Yeah, but I feel like people view me as a pretty crazy motherfucker,
That's not a bad thing, though.
Maybe I am a crazy motherfucker, though.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a crazy motherfucker.
I start to question my own sanity all the time. I'm like, shit, am I insane? And then I'm just like Googling, like, how do I know if I'm insane? And then I'm like reading shit.
Just come to terms with it. If you are insane,
yeah.
Fuck it, dude. Like who cares? Like, embrace it. You're different than the rest. You're more interesting than somebody who's normal and boring.
I want to talk more about Caroline thing, because so did you feel like you value your career like above most things, right?
Yeah.
But you had this feeling like, I mean, at some point you were putting her above your career for a little bit because you must have been like obsessed with her a little bit.
Well,
not obsessed, but like what's the word? I'm
Caroline was like she was like my first girlfriend, like ever.
Oh, really?
Like in my life, dude.
Okay.
I dated this one girl when I was younger. I was like 19 or something for like a month, but that was not real. This is bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
So like she was like my real fucking like girlfriend, dude.
That
so
cozy feeling when you're hanging out with her, like.
yeah, so I mean, I just tried my best to be like a good boyfriend for a while at least, until this shit just got bad and I started doing fucked up shit but with her. But at the beginning I tried to just be like a good boyfriend and like defend her and like do shit that like boyfriends are supposed to do, I guess. And that made me look bad. Like I didn't want to defend her because I knew her actions were fucking stupid.
A lot of streamers have gone down that path of shit.
But, you know, and I would like argue with her all the time and be like, you're like, I'm defending you, like, but it's making me look bad. Can't you see? Can you fucking stop, you know, responding to hate and making us both look bad?
Yeah.
But granted, I made myself look bad too. But that was just a stressful time and altogether, honestly. And I just didn't, at that time, I didn't want to stream and because I just didn't want to deal with it, all the hate and stuff. But at the same time, I kind of wanted to break up with her just to end all that hate. But I just couldn't because the hate was making me feel so bad that she...
And you must have been really attached to her, right? Maybe did you get lonely if she wasn't around kind of shit?
Not really.
Oh, not really? Okay.
It was just the hate would make me feel so bad.
Just leaving her like to fucking rock.
I was afraid that if I broke up with her, the hate would still continue. And now I'm just lonely and hated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like thinking in my head, well, at least I have something, I guess. But then I ended up, you know, I ended up like doing like we broke up for like a week and then I got back together with her, but I didn't tell the viewers.
And then they like discovered it or something. I kind of remember hearing about that.
Yeah, but they didn't, you know, the viewers didn't find out until like 6 months later.
Okay.
At the Horseshoe Bay.
Oh, the Horseshoe Bay. Infamous Horseshoe Bay, dude.
Yeah, so that was...
But you were dating her the whole time?
I got back with her after a week because
Okay.
I felt like...
You debated the viewers, dude.
I just felt like in my head, I was like...
It's funny that you have to hide.
I just felt like in my head, like, if I wasn't a streamer, we probably wouldn't have broke up. And I just felt like it was
That's fucked up.
I felt like it was wrong. I feel
Yeah.
like what I did was wrong by breaking up with her for that reason.
You feel like you're breaking up with her because other people don't like her, not because you don't like her.
I broke up with... Well, it's more than that.
Somewhat. Somewhat?
Somewhat, yeah. So other people basically all my viewers didn't like her. So that was
Yeah. It makes it hard.
Big impact on my life. But also I was not appreciating the actions that she was doing with viewers. And then also I didn't like how I was starting to feel with her as well. I started to have a negative outlook on her a little bit because, I mean, how could I not? It was
It's hard to
stressful.
tell what of that negative outlook is your personal thoughts and what is like just your things you're taking from how much harder it's making your life because your viewers all hate you for dating her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't be able to separate that. And also,
I thought I was pretty self-aware about the situation with her. I really
maybe it's hard to.
It is definitely hard. I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely I knew why I liked her and why I didn't like her. Stuff I liked about her, stuff I didn't like about her. And so, but I got back together after a week because I was like, all right, if nobody knows about her, I can really try again and see if I still have these negative feelings about her. And we dated for 6 months and I didn't really have too many negative feelings about her until, you know, the Horseshoe Bay. And then I figured out, you know, I think she had like Reddit alts and like she was just trying to expose it apparently the whole time. And I was just
Why
like,
was she doing that?
Because she really loves the attention, whether she wants to admit it or not.
I see.
And, you know...
Even when it's mostly negative? Damn.
You know, some people just thrive.
Maybe she was bored as fuck without it.
I mean, there's people who just like attention, man. Negative or positive. And, you know, when I found out about all that, my positivity about her really just went south. And I was just like, wow, super negative. And then,
I see that.
You know, after Horseshoe Bay, I still talked to her a little bit, and I wanted to we hung out a couple times, and I was like trying to see if this was going to be a thing, but I was like, yeah, this isn't really going to be a thing. It's not going to work out. Then I ended up breaking up with her on stream again.
And
then that's when
tough shit, dude.
That's when it really kind of ended for a little while, for like 2 months. And then I tried to, then I just was like, fuck this, I feel lonely. And I really started to care about her again in my loneliness, because I was surrounded by people that were like really just trying to get something out of me. And I was thinking in my head, oh, she wasn't really trying to get anything out of me, in my mind at that time, mainly because I was just sad as fuck. So I was trying to get back with her.
We have similar mindsets like that, yeah. Keep going.
I flew her to Iceland for a day. And I flew her to Iceland when I went to Iceland, and I ended up trying to get back with her, but she just denied me. And then she
denied you?
And then she left and went back, somewhere else. So
I probably felt really bad at that point.
yeah, I felt like shit, because at that point I had already told my Discord that I had feelings for her and I really want to get back together with her. And if people hate me for that, whatever, I'll just prove that I can still be a good streamer while dating her. But yeah, so I was like, wow. Now I'm just getting flack. Now people are really gonna think that I'm still dating you, when I'm not, and like, cause I just
you're taking shit when you're not even getting anything out of it, yeah.
Exactly, and then, but I'm glad that it ended up like that. She denied me because I found a new girl who's actually like real genuine and not into the whole like attention grabbing shit, stream shit. Like, she's not into social media or anything, so I'm glad. I can't even imagine if I was still Caroline, dude.
Yeah, but it is weird how at the time, when you like somebody and then they're gone and you feel this close attachment to them, like, and no one else can fill that void. And then, from an outside perspective, it's like, well, there's fucking plenty of girls who you could meet, especially as a streamer, and you're interesting, whatever, you're like fucking whatever, there's plenty of girls you can meet, and from an outside perspective, it seems easy to just move on, but you get this attachment to that specific person, even if it's not the best person for you. It's weird. I've been there.
No, it's like a comfort thing.
It's a comfort thing, yeah. And then you don't want to build. Your mind thinks like it doesn't want to build that comfort all up with somebody else again.
It's too much work, right? It's just like, oh, we already have it with someone else. Let's just go back to it.
Right.
But that's
so many fucking. At the same time, there's so many fucking people out there that the person you're with can never be like. It's most likely not the best match for you, and you could. If you really put yourself out there, find someone else that you get along with better. I don't really manage to do it either. So yeah, I know what you're.
I mean, I was just, dude, I was just afraid because when I was going through those 2 months of like loneliness and like, I was like, I tried to date like 3 girls in that time, and they were just, dude, I just don't like so many girls. Like, at least that hang around me with my situation as a streamer. Like,
right, it's already giving you a group of girls who care about attention.
Yeah.
And social media and followers and shit, because yeah, it's skewed sample size. Every girl who's gonna interact with you is already knows you from the internet or from YouTube or whatever. So
I like having sex with those kind of girls because you don't have to do anything to get sex, but it's not worth it at all because sex is a lonely thing when you don't have feelings for that person.
Yeah.
And yeah, just girls who are attention seekers and like leeches or something, I don't like to use the word leeches because it's just
it's thrown around too much.
Exactly. I just kind of I don't relate to a lot of girls, I guess is what I should say. So I was afraid to have to find someone I relate to again. So I did relate to Caroline in like some ways, but yeah, I mean, I ended up finding a new girl I relate to lots. So
yeah, relating is the best feeling as a human. I mean, just straight up, right? And I don't feel like I find that many people I relate to closely because, like, once in a while, even when people get really close to me, I'll just have a day where I'm fucking angry and I'll shit on them, and I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. But I can't even control it. I feel like I want to be able to control it, but whatever.
Well, there's positives and negatives about being, different.
Maybe I can't control it.
I mean, even if you have situations like that where you can't control how you feel sometimes, hey, at least you're different than the rest, and that's a fucking positive.
Maybe, but no, you think that, but then I watch people who are just like, I'm envious of people who just live their life and seem happy all the time. They just like wake up, fucking drink a coffee, they're like smiling, they're like laughing at random memes that I would never laugh at, and I'm like, how do you find enjoyment in that? I wish I could find enjoyment in that fucking cat gif. I can't, And then they're just like enjoying everything and going through life, like simple life. go home, like they have a girlfriend, whatever.
I would find that boring.
Right, you would if you're you, but if you're them, then you'd like it maybe. And then, something you were saying earlier, you were saying how you wanted to defend Caroline when you were with her. Mm-hmm. I realize that's a big problem with humans in general is like, just because we're friends, let's say, you don't have to defend me when I do something fucked up because there's a separation of you like me, but the thing I did, it was fucked up still. But for some reason, people be like, okay, this is my friend. Everything they do is okay. I defend those things they do. This is not my friend. Everything they do sucks, you know? And then there's like this cognitive dissonance if this guy's your friend, but wow, he did something really fucked up here. Your brain's like, is it okay for me to like this person who fucking racist shit or whatever, you know? But you can kind of separate the two things and be like, okay, like I like this person, and my relationship with that person, but I don't like these things they do, but it doesn't mean I don't fucking like the person.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's pretty much for any situation. I think when you're in some sort of public eye, I think all humans at that point have three personalities. You have the stuff that you hate about someone, the stuff you like about someone, and then you have their public image. And the public image thing, if the public have a bad image of that person, it doesn't matter what positives and negatives you have about that person in your own perspective. The public image will overshadow everything else.
It trumps it all, yeah.
And that's where you really have to decide what's most important. And I think that third personality thing of the public image perspective is most important at that point.
Yeah, so that's similar to with Caroline, like the public image of her is so bad that it's going to overshadow everything else, and even it's going to get into your personal image of her too, right?
But it's kind of my fault too that
Your fault her public image got so bad?
It is definitely it's my fault for sure.
I could have guessed why.
Were
you blaming your content getting worse on being with hers in some way?
I mean,
or is it looking like that to the public?
I think it was just looking like that. I don't.
Yeah.
I said it too, but unintentionally. Like I didn't intentionally blame stuff on her, but I would say shit like, I don't even remember.
Sorry, I wasn't live. I was with Caroline.
Yeah, some shit like that. Like, or I'll do like fucking go talk to girls and like on stream and like flirt with them, and then I'd be like, oh, sorry, I have a girlfriend. Like it's just
content killing.
Like cucking content. And it's just like I shouldn't even have been doing that content in the first place. Like, so it's definitely my fault in that. But that, like I said, that was my first fucking relationship like ever. And then as a streamer as well, it just gets so complicated that, first relationships alone are already complicated.
Yeah.
But first relationships and then being a streamer
in the public eye and shit, yeah.
It got bad, dude. It was just not easy. I didn't know how to fucking deal with it. I think I'm a little bit understanding nowadays on how to deal with this shit. And I think, I can have a healthy relationship.
You think that, but it'll happen and you'll be like, fuck. Like if your viewers are hating her, it makes it really hard, no matter what, I think.
Well, I think I can figure out how to have a healthy relationship and a healthy stream at the same time nowadays than what I did last year.
Okay.
It's
nice.
I've learned a lot of shit.
Yeah, you're like you're just like you've aged through all, like you've seen all the shit now. Like I feel like I could go to you and ask you how to deal with most situations, and you've been through it. Like
yeah, you said I've aged a whole bunch in those pictures, but I'm sure the viewers can find pictures of exactly what you're talking about, and it's true. Like, bro, the amount of I've been through a lot of stress. Streaming is sort of like it's an easy job per se. Based on like stuff you have to do, because I used to be a fucking line cook, waking up at 5 a.m. fucking sucked balls, prepping food sucked balls. I cut my fucking thumb off cutting food, like it shit sucked. And being a streamer is, you have your own hours you can make and like you're your own fucking boss and like type shit. But
stress levels.
It's like the emotional stress and the mental stress you get from streaming is so much far greater than physical stress. It trumps everything else. Like line cooking had so much physical stress. A lot of mental stress too, but it wasn't as bad as streaming. Streaming, you really put yourself out there to be judged by thousands of people, and that can definitely stress you out over a long period of time.
Yeah, you could actually see physical proof of it. Like people could start getting gray hairs or whatever from stress, I think, or like balding or whatever, Fucking look at me, dude. I have gray hairs now, I noticed. I was like, oh shit. When I have a lot of gray hair, it's gonna be weird because I go up to someone and like now I'm old. Like I want to talk to like people. I still feel like I'm like 20, but I'm about to be 30. And like I don't know.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, I mean that's still young though. 30 is the new.
Yeah, but
20.
no. When someone asks me my age and they're 20 in school, and I say 30, then I'm gonna be like, oh shit, that sounds old, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to say. So we kind of skipped a lot of shit about how streaming got, like you meeting all the Andys and stuff like that. And, but I do want to fast forward to like, what are you doing now and what are you excited about right now?
So, I'm a CEO, wherever camera, whichever one it
Yeah,
is.
fucking point at all the fucking cameras.
No, so nowadays, I just ended up signing this deal
Yeah.
with an investor, and
He told me about this right before the stream. I couldn't believe it.
basically, I'm trying to, in a couple weeks here, in like I think 5 weeks is the projected date here, we're going to be releasing a streaming platform that is going to be, but the people who stream on that platform are going to be handpicked by me. It's not just going to be like up for grabs. And it's basically, that's kind of what I've got going on right now. I mean, I'm still streaming on my main YouTube and everything like that, but this will be like a side thing, right? Because I've always wanted to, it's just the next thing that's going to fulfill me. Because right now streaming, it's fun, but it's also not as fulfilling as it used to be when I first started, because you just get used to shit over time. So I'm like, all right, let's start something new. And this new business that I have with this new streaming platform that has like huge like 7-figure funding is going to be like my next thing. And I think it's in terms of like growing something and fulfilling myself. And I think it's going to work out really nicely.
Yeah, it's cool. Because what you were saying about streaming, like you've kind of done all the crazy shit there is to do in front of people. I mean, you were like at the RV trip, and there was like some dude who was a husband of a wife who wanted to like fuck you in front of her or something. Like you.
Oh yeah, I actually the girl she blew me while her husband watched.
Yeah. So you've done like pretty crazy shit, you know.
Fucking dude.
Fucking dude.
And
Like,
then Daquan was there.
Yeah.
Fucking, he got it too.
yeah. But he got it too.
Yeah, dude. And he must have.
There was a girl in there like fucking people, but she didn't like you and she spit on you. I remember that.
Oh yeah, she sucked like fucking Brandon's dick and Daquan's dick, and then she spit on me afterward because I called her out.
There was some cum in that spit probably.
Yeah, that shit pissed me off. Like I don't remember. I think I called her out for like having weed or sucking dick or something. I don't know. I called her out for something, and she got pissed at it. It was funny.
Yeah, but yeah. So now that you're starting a business. And it's cool because all your happiness doesn't have to come from, all your happiness of your feeling of your grind in your career doesn't have to come from one source, because you'll have like multiple facets of things you're doing. Because you have your stream and your website, and then maybe relationships. You have like, I realize when I'm feeling unhealthy, it's when I have all my happiness is coming from one thing. So let's say I'm single, and the only thing going for me is a stream. So then like, my happiness kind of fluctuates with how viewers are treating me or my view count or something, right? Or how well I'm doing there. But then if I have a lot going on, like I also have a girlfriend, then my happiness can fluctuate with how my relationship's doing and this thing. So the two lines together can, even if one's down, one's up, then at least I'm stable somewhat. And then now if you have more things going on, you could be like, well, I could have a shitty day streaming, but fuck, at least I'm like, my business is doing okay. Or you could have a shitty day with the business, but at least my streaming's going okay. Or you have a shitty day with both, but at least like, this girl's here to fucking love me and make me feel good.
That's actually why I was depressed for those 2 months, where I fucking end up crying on the robot stream, for anyone in chat who knows about that. Because I had this thing. It was at my last apartment. I just allowed people to come over anytime they wanted. I would go to sleep with like 6 people at my fucking patio streaming, and like in my house and shit streaming, and then I'd wake up with people in my house and on my patio streaming. Like I just had no other thing except for my stream, my community, and these people around me that were just streaming nonstop. I did that on purpose because it was like an experiment for myself. I wanted to see how I could, like, what would happen if I just opened my fucking doors to people, to whoever wanted to come in and fucking try streaming. And dude, it fucked me a little bit. Like in the head, I was super just, because I had no other happiness, no other getaway. I was just constantly around people with cameras in my face and TTS and fucking just 6 fucking people sleeping on my couch. Just, you know what I mean? It was an interesting experiment, but like, I don't know. It fucked me a little bit. But it was good. It was a great start for the CX network as like a good, because I had to show something to the investor. I had to show the shit works, you know. So on the RV trip,
there are a lot of people who want to do this, yeah.
So the CX network, I think right now it's had like 3 million unique viewers on the site itself. So that's a great like thing to show investors, and that's kind of how I ended up getting this guy to give me a bunch of money for this site.
He got an investment 7 figures, millions. This guy, Paul Danino. You know, think about it, fucking crazy. What's up now, dude? Like, pretty crazy.
I mean, I don't get to use the money. It's for funding for the content and for the site. So it's not like my personal money.
Still,
I have
crazy.
Right, I have money that I get every month. I'm gonna pull out like 20K every month to use for content. Basically, I'm not just getting like all this money, but just like that, sort of, kinda. But yeah, no, I mean, so that shit stressed the fuck out of me. And nowadays, like at my new house, it's not as open door of a policy. People can come over and say hi and stuff, but I'm not having people sleep on my fucking couch anymore, shit like that, because it fucked me so hard, dude. I just had no privacy, and that shit just gets to you.
No, I know a little bit of it, because even when I was just in Greece with Andy and Greek, and then rotating streams, then I'd be like, well, I just got out of bed, like, I know what I want to do right now. I don't feel like, you know, being in front of people right now. But then they're already streaming, right? And then I'd be like, okay, I just won't be on the stream. Like, it's not their fault. I'm just like, I just won't be on the stream. But then I'm getting shit talked for not being on the stream, you know? Because they're like, hey, why did fucking Byron come on this trip if he's not going to be on the stream? Or Greek was getting shit talked too, you know? Like, because I'm used to that being my alone time, or when I just woke up or whatever, you know, or fucking, who knows? Or maybe I was having a bad day that day. But then streaming on other people's schedules, or being on a live stream on other people's schedules, is not something you're used to, is because you go live when you're feeling good, when you want to, like, you know, fucking entertain or talk to people.
Well, that's the thing. I had no time to recharge myself.
Right.
I mean, I would wake up and I
just like the fucking camera right there, dude.
As soon as I leave my bedroom, fucking, you know, you have a camera just in my face, like right there, like fucking Burger Planet or something. It's outside my door. It's like, oh, hey, Paul, how you doing? Welcome. Like,
oh, he's actually the worst.
Like, good morning. It's like, oh, hey, Burger. And I walk upstairs and fucking, fucking Ness is streaming, and it's like, oh, hey, Ness. Like,
no, I actually, it was interesting to me just to look at Burger. He was at TwitchCon or something, or BlizzCon, I don't remember which con, and he was just like sitting there on the couch, filming us with no interaction, which I hadn't ever seen before. Because usually the person streaming has like interacts with you, right? So he's sitting on, like, let's say that couch. I don't know if they can see it, and he was just filming me, and maybe I'm talking to Andy or something, and he didn't say hi, but he's just recording me and filming me, and not talking to me whatsoever. Didn't interact with me.
Bro, free content.
Right, but I hadn't ever seen that before. I was just like, wow, that's interesting. And he doesn't like feel like that's weird or bad. No, I think maybe he's fucked up in the head though, right?
I mean, it's more just like, fuck it. It's just like a fuck it mentality.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot. I mean, I don't know. I was like that too. I would just like record fucking shit with like, but I would engage with it too. I wouldn't just stare. But I'm a little bit.
It's weird how there's a thin line between it being like normal and not though. Like if you're engaging a little, then it doesn't feel weird. I don't know where the line is. It really depends on like.
I mean, I try to make people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Cause I don't like really walking up with a camera to people, like, especially if they're like other streamers, because like I get how it feels, but I do my best to try to make people feel comfortable, because as an IRL streamer, you know, it's kind of my job, but at the same time, I'm trying not to make it feel weird to the other person.
Yeah, I want to think about it from the viewer perspective, because I never do that, which is weird because I'm a streamer. I should do it, but like, what are they tuning in to feel, or to? I don't watch stuff, you know. I'm not a kind of person who enjoys watching things. Do you watch things that much?
I like watching streams, yeah.
Okay. Now, what are they tuning? Are they tuning in to feel like they're going out when you're out somewhere? Like they're going out without the hassle of like fucking being out in the cold, or like talking to random people, or like the drive there, or like, you know, because there's a lot of annoying things attached to let's say going to a BlizzCon or something. There's a lot. You have to fly there. You have to go to a hotel, get a hotel. You have to there's a lot of annoying things. You could skip all that, just watch, and it feels like you're kind of there. That's what I felt because I didn't go to this one.
I think, in my eyes, I think a lot of viewers may not think that they're there, but they just want to see their favorite streamer or a streamer they like. They want to see how their streamer is interacting with the world, themselves. I mean, some viewers obviously, watch to see how the event is, but I think most of them just want to see how the streamer that they have really become attached to interacts with the world. It's like, because it's like watching your friend, if your best friend is recording something, you're probably going to watch it, if they're out somewhere. So it's kind of just like that, I think.
Well, you're also, two things at once, like you're seeing what it's like if you were there to experience it with your friend, kind of through the video, right?
Yeah.
Sounds kind of sad, but I made this tweet one time. I was like, people's day-to-day lives now are, they watch people play games on Twitch, they watch people travel on YouTube, they watch people fuck on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Just watch people do things instead of doing the things.
I don't think
it's not actually sad when you're doing it. It doesn't seem sad, but like zooming out and thinking about it, that like we don't want to do stuff and just are okay with watching people do stuff. It's kind of weird.
I don't think that's sad. I think
it's not sad when you're doing it for sure. Like I mean, if I open some porn, I'm not like sad looking at the porn. I'm not like. Yeah.
I think it's, it's just new age entertainment, It's just if you're bored and you got free time, it's like, let me watch a stream or let me whatever and just become attached to something because it's fulfillment. It fulfills the viewer if they can, really get on routine to watching something they like, So
what have you got on routine watching? Is there anything that you watch? I mean, as a content creator, it's kind of hard to really be on routine watching shit, right? I didn't realize that. You have CX tattooed right there?
Yeah, right here on my hand. Yeah, I mean, I don't really watch. I do watch some streams like on Twitch here and there.
Pop in and out, right? You're not like attached.
I don't really get attached. I am attached to watching pretty much everybody in the CX network, but I might be biased on that because I want to make sure.
You want to see how your people are doing, and you feel like.
I want to make sure they're doing well, and I want to see like what's going on in the community and shit like that. So most of my free time is watching people in the CX network. Especially because I know all of them too, so I want to see how they interact with the world. That's kind of where my perspective is coming from, with the viewer's perspective. I'm just explaining how.
I was thinking like you benefit from them, they benefit from you, so it feels like a little extra something.
I mean, something like that, yeah. I just enjoy watching them too.
Okay. Yeah, it is crazy what a huge. So many streamers got inspired to stream from your shit because like the people who you've met IRL streaming. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was just hanging out with Asian Andy. He started streaming because of you, probably, right?
Yeah,
sort of.
I think so, yeah.
And there's just like so many of them, and they might find a career they like and end up doing for a long ass time just because they saw you doing it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, I always try to help people, and if they want to get into streaming, go for it. Like, I'll help them out with stuff. People come over to my house, like when I'm not streaming, and they say, "How do I set up Streamlabs?" and I set it up for them. I do like to help people because if they become big or if they just enjoy it. Well, if they enjoy it, that's that fulfills me. If I watch their stream, I'm like, okay, he's having a great time. I love
if
that.
If they become big, fucking do about my network, do they?
But also, there's the other side of it where if they become, big or something, and there's, I can just be proud of that.
Okay.
Because I, helped them start it up, and then, also I'd want them in the network. But that's a whole nother thing.
Do you feel like sometimes, I don't know if you don't seem like the kind of person who feels this way, but do you feel like sometimes you help somebody a lot and they don't appreciate it?
Like 90% of the people that I ever talk to.
Okay, so you do feel that way.
I think 90%, I'm okay with it though. Like, I don't care if people appreciate it or not, because I'm not doing it to get appreciation from the person I'm helping. I like helping people.
You get the personal
because
fulfillment of feeling like you help someone, yeah?
Yeah, I get the fulfillment of helping them. But, people who do appreciate it, I value greatly because I just, I know how great of a characteristic that is.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna sound stupid, but just like seeing you go out and like talk to random people and say, "Fuck it, dude," Made me be like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Like, fuck it, dude's good. I like that.
No,
That's a good slogan. Like, fuck it, dude.
It's
You're
a
like,
great mentality.
Yeah. I'm just like, you know, I'll just try this shit. Fuck it.
I mean, some people, I go on livestream fails fucking Reddit, and they always talk shit about me. They're like, oh, he's just like so rude, and he just goes out and he's like, oh, fuck it. It's like, that's not how you're supposed to live in this world. It's like,
fuck this world, dude. Fuck the way people act normally.
Yeah, you just gotta, you gotta go out, and you just gotta say fuck it sometimes. Like, go have fun, go do stuff. Like, if it looks rude from an outsider's perspective, dude, who gives a shit? As long as it's not harming anybody, come on, who cares? Like nowadays, we live in such a straightforward, clean-cut, fucking politically correct world. It's just so like boring, It's like, I don't like that. I don't want to follow some sort of societal standard. I want to do my own thing, and I think everyone out there should be doing their own thing, something that they think they want to do. Something they want to do. They shouldn't follow the fucking crowd.
It's so hard not to follow the crowd accidentally, even though, because you get influenced into what you think is cool by the people around you and what they think is cool. I realize when I'm dating somebody and they're like constantly talking about certain thing being cool, then I want to do that thing more. Or like they're watching, let's say I'm dating someone, they're watching Twitch streams and like thinking it's funny and laughing at it. And I'm like, oh shit, like I suddenly feel cooler about being a Twitch streamer that people are laughing at or that she's laughing at. So then it's influencing me subconsciously. I realize now it's conscious, right? But at the time, subconsciously maybe. And people don't even know what they really want to do if they're just left alone in a vacuum. Like, what do you want to do? The influences are just like let's say you were watching me play Pokemon Go and you got influenced to try something similar, but like with your fucking CX spin on it that made it like actually way cooler, I think, But you don't even realize you get influenced by these things. They're just like part of life, right? Just get influenced by whatever walking around. Humans just get influenced. That's how it is. Like, I was in Amsterdam, and I was in the mushroom store because you just do mushrooms legally there. It's called the Smart Shop there. And I got really influenced by some dude there. He was just like telling me about, he was like, dude, like, because I was talking to the guy who sells the mushrooms about my depression. He's like, dude, there's a good psychiatrist here. Like, you can go to, I'll give you like his contact, whatever. Like, you need to start doing cardio. You need to fucking run. Humans weren't meant to fucking sit around so much. And he like sold it to me. And then like, I actually started running because this one dude I got influenced by in a fucking mushroom store. And also, then I was talking about getting influenced by you to just fuck it, dude. Like, I was high as fuck on mushrooms in Amsterdam. And I just went up to a couple people and I was like, yo, I'm on mushrooms, what's up? Let's hang out, And it worked one time. And then I just had a good day because of like your mentality, like influencing me in a good way. But so the influence is always a bad thing.
No, I mean, it's not bad. I just...
what kind of influence are you talking about that you dislike? People being influenced by?
Well, I mean...
What annoys you the most, that people like?
The main fucking thing that annoys me, that's like very standard in this world at the moment, is I hate that people want to complain about something because, well, they always do it for attention, 100%. I hate when fucking people go on Twitter or wherever and they just complain about shit that they probably don't even care about strictly so they get attention by it. If they're like, oh, I'm offended by this. Like, no, the fuck you're not. You just want attention.
Can you give me a specific example?
Let me think here.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, man.
I really have to pee, so you can think while I pee.
There's, I don't really, like, I can't think of something off the top of my head, but it's like, I remember seeing something that is like, maybe it was like some fucking bullshit, like, thing that...
Just say it, dude. You know what it is. Just say it. Is it going to out someone?
I mean, something that relates to this is, okay, so the whole, like, girl thing on Twitch with, like, a long-ass time ago when Trainwrecks went on his fucking rant talking about something about women or how women, like, are sluts, or he said some shit like that. I don't remember, dude.
Okay.
And everyone on Reddit, or not Reddit, everyone on Reddit and, like, Twitter, they were, like, kind of attacking Trainwrecks and shit like that. And I agree, like, a lot of women would be offended by that. That's understandable. But then you go on, like, Reddit, or, like, you see some Twitter post, and it's, like, a bunch of dudes that, like, I guess they could be offended by it.
You don't see it. You don't believe that they're offended.
I don't think they're offended by it. I think they're just following like what everyone
Societal
else is
trend
saying.
right now.
You know, like it's just so stupid. It's just like have your own thoughts. You know what I mean? Instead of saying, "Yeah, fuck this guy," you should say your opinion on the situation instead. I mean, that's probably not a very good way to explain it, but that's like my main like thing that I hate. You know, a lot of people have hated on me because they think that I'm some like horrible human being, misogynist, racist. Like I'm not any of those goddamn things. Like if I'm on stream and I'm like, "Yo, that girl's fucking hot. Can she suck my dick?" Like,
And you're playing it up.
Yeah, it's a joke. You know, it's like a joke. Like anyone who takes jokes seriously, it's like fuck off. Like I don't care
Actually,
about
the same problem a lot of comedians
stupid
have.
opinion.
A lot of comedians talk about the same shit. They're like, especially now with the PC environment, they're like, people can't, like people go complain about some joke I made every fucking time. Like it's the same thing comedians have been doing forever though. You know, just saying shit like a little ridiculous, a little more played up and like whatever fucking they might not even think that, have that opinion.
It's all for attention. That's what I think. I mean, if you're going to complain about a comedian's jokes, you're strictly doing it for attention because that is not meant to be taken seriously, and they know that, but they want attention. And you know what? Society nowadays has shown that you will get attention by being triggered by shit, and I fucking hate that.
What do you wish changed the most about? Do you wish people were just?
I wish people would just stay in their own fucking lane when it comes to what they like and what they don't like. If you don't like something, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to be involved. I hate when people get involved with shit that they hate. It's like you hate it. Why the fuck are you getting involved in stating your like they're not even stating an opinion. They're just stating how much they hate it and how much everyone else should hate it. And that's awful because they're trying to
I've been guilty of that for sure too though. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I shouldn't do that. Like just if you have nothing you like about something, don't watch it. If you have only negative shit to share about it, it's not really going to benefit anybody to just, like, I've commented rude shit to people on Twitter. You know, I'm reading Twitter. I actually know the thought process. I'm just like, oh, this shit is so stupid. This is like, it doesn't make any sense to me logically. I need to, like, and at that moment, I feel the need to, like, comment and talk shit.
Well, it's okay to,
right?
I think it's okay to comment opinions like that on Twitter.
Yeah, but then it might not even be my long-term opinion. It's just like at that moment where I'm frustrated or I had a bad day, I'm like, okay, fuck.
I just think
it's hard to draw the line of what is.
I think people can state their opinions. I don't think it's okay for people to try and influence other people's opinions.
But we do that all the time. We're streaming. We're influencing everyone's opinion. You're influencing people to not want to influence people's opinions right now.
I mean, that's a good way to think about it. I think more in like a negative way. Like if your sole purpose is to make a tweet to influence some other people on a certain thing negatively, I don't think that's okay. I think they should just stay the fuck away from it. I mean, you're right. Everything we do is influencing people, but
maybe okay. I guess it makes sense with examples, right? Because there's some times where you might want to be negative because you want change. And you want people to change about that thing, you know?
Yeah, but when it's something so minuscule, like the type of comedy on a live stream, it's like just, you know, they just need to stop. Like these fucking...
That is a weird human thing. That is a weird human thing to get indirectly offended or attached to something that you're not there, but you watched it and it annoyed you that someone else had an opinion that was different. It is pretty weird. But we do that as humans a lot, I guess. But yeah, it is weird. I don't understand it at all. Like, why the fuck can you watch something, you're not even there, and then let's say I could say some shit that sounds fucked up to you, and you could get actually mad and heated about some shit that is my stupid, probably opinion that I just said, right? Yeah. It happens all the fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. People are just weird. People just want fucking attention. That's all it is, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you want attention less than most people, I think, because I realized that at some point I was like I was streaming, and I was like, why do I stream? Like, fuck. And then I realized, like right now I haven't been streaming for a while. It is boring, man. Like maybe the same thing Caroline was going through when people didn't know your relationship was public. Like it gets really, I'm not streaming, and I'm just like, shit, my life's pretty stale. Like when I'm not streaming, I kind of just go around and have nothing to do and no one cares about my opinion. And then when I stream, people care about my opinion. It's a really different world. Nobody in the fucking world cares about my goddamn opinion when I'm not streaming. You know? They don't want to talk to me. You know, it's a different perspective than you, though, so.
I agree. If I didn't stream ever again, my life would be so fucking boring. I would hate it.
Right. Because now you're so used to stimulation of thousands of people talking to you or having things to say about what you're saying, that it's going to be hard to go back to a life where you wake up, like, let's say you're back living in your parents' house. You wake up, you say hi to your mom, you like log in Runescape and talk to 5 people and go to work as a line cook, and then like smoke weed with the 2 co-workers and go home and play some more Runescape. Because the stimulation difference is huge.
I think.
Right?
No, you're 100% right on that. I think.
So then we like attention at this point.
I mean, all streamers definitely love attention,
right,
for sure.
Okay.
It's just part of the nature of it. I think, oh man, I'm trying to think of like, eventually, I mean, maybe like what, so many years down the line, when streaming is just, you know, I'm done and I'm like on the next part of my life.
Ooh, you think it's gonna, that's, okay, that's interesting to think that you already.
I mean, I don't know, like
treat that as ending.
Streaming surely can't last forever, right?
You don't know that, it's first generation of streamers, right? Fuck it, who knows? You're gonna be sitting there, you're gonna be like,
dude, in my fucking wheelchair,
guys,
dude.
Like, dude, fucking, dude, I'm still gonna like, fucking, yo, bitch, you wanna fuck me, dude? Like,
I mean, I hope it lasts forever. I mean, I don't know if I could deal with the same amount of stress if I'm like 50 years old. I'll probably have a fucking heart attack.
Maybe you can, because you got so used to it at that point.
Maybe, dude.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if I ever am not a streamer anymore, life's gonna be weird, because it's not even just gaming streams. I do a lot of the real life streaming. So it's like real life at this point to me is it's
augmented.
It's so skewed.
Yeah. You have augmented reality.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a reality where people care more about what you're doing than is actually normal.
It's weird, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, even right now, when I'm not streaming nowadays, it's just like if I take a day off, it's so weird, dude. It's just I do stuff and it's just I think there's people watching when there's not.
Nobody saw you do that cool thing, dude.
What?
That funny thing that just happened, no one saw it. Feels weird.
I think about that, but I also think about just how weird. It's just weird. I don't know. I always think there's people watching. I think I'm gonna get like some fucking.
Oh, you're schizo. Your mom's gonna end up helping.
I'm gonna end up getting schizo from this shit.
Yeah.
But
your mom's got your back, dude.
I don't know.
There's all the schizo people in a private prison.
Yeah, my mom will just take care of me. I'll have mold growing on me. It's fine.
I can see you with mold growing on you.
Actually, I've had mold on me.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the longest you've gone without showering?
I think I went like 2 weeks without showering before.
2 weeks?
Yeah,
What did you start feeling like?
I was just lazy. I didn't smell bad or anything.
Like 12 days in, you don't smell bad yet?
No, I had deodorant on and like some Axe. Like, it's fine, dude.
Axe?
Fucking my foot, though, between the toes, like, I had like some sort of jam. Like some sort of like weird shit, like yellow shit. Me, dude. And I fucking smelled it. It was gross. I was like,
you smelled it too?
Yeah. Well, I took it out and I was fucking.
Oh god.
And I was like, oh, I gotta take a shower probably, and I took a shower.
Probably.
Like it was. I think it was just like.
Your thought processes are funny to me.
Built up sweat or something. I don't know.
I don't know how the fungus works, dude. I don't think it's built up sweat though. But that is interesting. People probably know. I have to pee really bad. I'm trying to think what you could do while. Maybe you want to read chat and see things they might want us to talk about.
Yeah, I'll read chat.
All right. Do you guys know, how do I turn off the mic?
All right, chat. Let's see what you got. I don't know. There's like 3 cameras here. I don't know which one to look at. So I'm just going to look at all of them. All right. What's up, guys? How you doing? All right. First of all, how do you think this podcast is going? It's interesting. I haven't been on a podcast in a while, since the last real one I think was with Adam on No Jumper. So that was like a year and a half ago, I think. It's crazy to think that it's been so long. No stream today on podcast. No, I'm gonna definitely. I'm gonna stream today. So I think me and Reckful have been talking about some good insights. It's great that Reckful's been a streamer for a long time too, because we can relate on some of the insights that we're talking about here. which I think is good. I mean, what do you guys think about the insights that we've been talking about so far? What do you guys want us to talk about? Because I do think there's a lot of things that people don't realize about streaming. You know, there's a lot of things out there that people just don't see, you know, because I mean, most people aren't in the perspective of being a streamer, so I think it's interesting for people to hear about that perspective. And by the way, I'm not smart by any means. Like, I got fucking all D's in school, but I do think I can give good perspective on a job that, you know, most people don't have. So that's at least something I can offer, right? Thoughts on coming back to Twitch? Well, I have this platform getting released in 5 weeks, so that's not even in the picture whatsoever. You know what I mean? I'm just working on this platform, and I would never be able to, like, I have to work on the platform, then I'm just going to focus on my main YouTube. Focusing on anything else would just be, like, going back to Twitch would just be dumb and just unnecessary. But I mean, it's, you know, interesting. Being able to talk with my friends would be great on that site. That would be, you know, like Mizkif or like Greek or something. Talking to them on their streams would be definitely
No more tea?
great. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. That'd definitely be nice, but I mean, I'm not really fret about it.
Oh, that's the most annoying thing about being banned, yeah.
I'm enjoying the conversations about your more personal life and how streaming affects that. Yeah, I don't really have too much of a personal life at the moment. The only personal life I have that really is off stream is with my current girlfriend, but even she's been on stream for the past 2 days a little bit, so. But I mean, my personal life is just my stream basically. Like, when I'm not streaming, I'm just watching streams in the CX network or just looking at Discord or something. Like, everything revolves around it for sure. The streamer house. Well, I'm working on a streamer house. When I release this platform, I think it would be great if all the people that I handpicked to stream on this platform did at least like 1 or 2 days a week on this platform that also lived in the house. So my idea is that I'm trying to pull in people that I think would be good content, and also I want to also try to get other YouTubers to join the community that would be a good fit for the community. Like, I don't want no fucking normie shit, because like nobody fucking wants that. But I also want to find people who have communities that would want to join to help grow the platform as well, that would fit in with the community. And I have one streamer already, you know, down, and he's ready to do it. I talked about him before on my stream. That, you know, I said it yesterday, and I think so, or 2 days ago or something like that. I don't really want to say who it is now on this podcast, but if you're a viewer, then you know who I'm talking about. What's the platform going to be called? Well, I have an idea for it. I just don't want to say it out loud because it's not trademarked yet. And I don't want somebody to trademark it and have me have to buy it off them. That'd be kind of shitty. Would Hampton Brandon fit in? I mean, he does fit into the community, but he's, I don't know. I don't think I can work with him.
How come?
Because he is,
Crazy motherfucker?
I don't want to just say it like that. I want to give a little bit more details. I don't know. We've just had some bad experiences together, and I've tried to reconcile, and it just never really works out. Like, our personalities just clash a little bit too much.
Yeah, that's probably sad for viewers, because I remember a lot of funny shit with you guys.
I mean, we definitely had some good times and some funny shit, but there's also been a lot of bad times as well.
Right. Once you have a certain amount of baggage with someone, I notice this with girlfriends, it's hard to have a normal relationship with that person because you're always thinking about like the fucked up shit that happened in the back of your head.
Yeah.
Some people are, at least.
I mean, I try not to hold grudges. I try to, forgive and forget. But there's just sometimes there are just some people you just really don't get along with.
So who fucked you over the hardest? Who fucked you over the hardest, or who did you dislike the most, like through streaming so far?
I mean, honestly, probably Brandon. I really, I tried to help him in a lot of ways, and he just, we would be friends for like a good couple weeks or like a month or something, and it would all be working out nicely. But then he would see, I think he would see, an opportunity to gain for himself, but also kind of fuck me over, like throw me under the bus.
Give me an example.
Yeah, I mean, after the RV trip, I know he was like kicked off the RV and shit like that, but Scuff Steve Jobs and him had like issues together, and but I invited him back on. I was like, dude, like you're not kicked off. Don't worry about what Scuff Steve Jobs says, blah blah blah. But he decided to leave it anyways. That's fine. But I thought it was done at that. I thought it was over, and he just. And then the Caroline Horseshoe Bay thing happened, and then he was just really, he was not, he was just really using that to his advantage, I think, to get more traction or like,
take away from you and
to have Reddit like him and, shit like that.
Yeah.
But that's not the only example I can think of. I mean, there were other examples too. I mean, I did like a little fundraiser thing for him, and I think we got a couple grand, like $2,000 from it. And I ended up giving them that $2,000. I let him sleep in my house for a couple days when he was needing a place to stay and shit like that. And then like shortly after, this was like before the RV trip, he was just, he just didn't seem appreciative. I don't know. It was just.
We were talking about earlier, yeah.
He just had a weird way of doing things.
Maybe. Do you know anything about his past or like what he did before?
Yeah, I know his past. He's.
Was it fucked up?
He had. We had similar. Upbringings, me and him. So, he didn't really have, I don't really want to speak for him, but he didn't have he didn't have the best relationships with people either.
Yeah.
And that's why, I really wanted to be friends with him because I saw that, that we had like just a lot of similarities, but he just can't stop thinking in the moment. I think that's his main issue.
You can't zoom out and think big picture on shit?
If he sees an opportunity to do something in the moment that's not going to be a great opportunity a week from now, he's still going to do it. Okay. AKA burn a bridge.
Okay.
And I'm not just saying this with everyone or with me. I'm saying like he's burned bridges with basically everyone he's ever talked to in the streaming world.
Oh, maybe I could relate to him then. Yeah.
You and him probably could.
Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, it's kind of the inability to zoom out and think outside of the moment is kind of like an anger issue, I think.
Yeah, it's.
You might have
it's an
you might have borderline personality disorder too.
It's just impulsiveness, yeah.
Yeah. And some people just aren't meant to get along, and it's sad because like people. It might seem fun for the viewers. Like me and Mitch Jones were fun for viewers to watch.
Yeah.
We just don't.
You guys clash too much.
We don't get along that well. We did for a while, but just some dumb shit happens. Then it's like hard to go back to being friends. And then yeah.
Well, what went down with you and Mitch? Just like I don't really know the situation too well.
It was just weird. It was like he was living at my place, and this wasn't even a big deal, but he's really messy, He was living at my place, and like I was getting a little annoyed at him being a little messy. That wasn't even a big deal. But then Mira was coming over, and they were living there for a little bit, like maybe a month. And for some reason, he thought that I was really jealous of them together, which was awkward as fuck. And then like I just walk in on them fucking because they'd be fucking in like the kitchen or like the living room.
The
and then
kitchen?
Yeah, it was kind of gross. And then I was just like, no one would have believed me at the time that I wasn't actually jealous of them at all. But like, he thought so because she showed him that like back when we were single, I would like text her some like shit sometimes.
Okay.
And like I had like made out with her before, but it wasn't like a big deal, But I wasn't actually I wasn't into her that way because like it's kind of crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just weird. And then like they ran off, like they left. He pretended he was gonna go visit my dad, but he was like running off with Mira, and he thought that I was gonna be jealous if he told me or something. I don't know. It was just like a really weird situation. I just got like uncomfortable about like, and he would like talk shit about me, but he wouldn't realize he was doing it. Maybe like he wouldn't do it intentionally. Like I went to visit Blue, who people hated as much as Caroline, and he said that like, yeah, everything's chill. It happened. Okay, it was his birthday weekend. This is the big thing. It was his birthday weekend, and Blue was really depressed and like doing some internship in LA, and I'm in Austin, and he's living at my place in Austin at the time, for free. He's living at my place for free in Austin at the time, and it was his birthday weekend. I was like, dude, you sure? Like, I was like talking about how she's depressed and that maybe I should go visit her, and he's like, yeah, you should do it. He was like encouraging me to do it, and I was like, yeah, but it's your birthday. But he's like, yeah, it's okay. Like, I might, maybe my dad's gonna fly in, I'll hang out with Mira, whatever, shit like that. And I was like, okay. So I go, and then the next day, he goes in my bedroom, in my bedroom, and turns on my computer and streams from my computer. And the first sentence he says is, you guys, Reckful ditched me on my birthday.
What?
I swear to God, yeah. And I was just like, okay, this guy's like pretty funny. And he's been my friend for a long ass time. But this is kind of fucked up because then I got like 200 notifications of people saying I'm an asshole and I don't care about my friends and I ditched them on their birthday. I'm like, I don't want people to think I'm an asshole in this way, I actually thought that I was doing like the right thing at the time because he encouraged me to go. He was fine with it. And like my I don't even remember if we were dating at the time, but my either girlfriend or like past girlfriend was like really depressed and wanted me to hang out with her. Mm-hmm. And I just felt really betrayed and fucked over. And then that kind of started it all. Yeah.
That's the thing, man. Relationships get real complicated. Friend relationships and girl relationships, they get complicated as fuck when you're a streamer because everyone puts in their input and their 2 cents, and it really makes becoming friends with people hard or staying friends with people hard. Yeah. I would say when you're a streamer, it's almost like you have like it's some sort of detached form of schizophrenia because you have all these voices. And they're actually real voices.
That's true.
But here's the difference. The voices can actually talk to other people though. And that's the bad part. They don't just talk to you, they talk to everyone around you too.
I was walking around and seeing a homeless dude talk to himself in the street. I actually saw a lot of homeless people talking to themselves in the street recently, but I was like, I kind of relate to this guy. Like, this guy has some voices in his head telling him some shit. I'm thinking about some shit people on the internet have said that I've never met and I don't even know actually exist. Yeah. Just some comments I've read in text. And I'm kind of talking to those. I'm kind of similar to this homeless guy talking to himself in the street. And like, there'll be times where I'm like, well, this is when I actually think I'm insane. I'm just like with one person talking to this one person. And I'm like, what if I'm the homeless guy talking to myself and this person's not really here talking to me? And, I actually have these kind of thoughts. They're like right now. Like, what if I'm not really talking to you and a bunch of people interested in what I have to say and I'm just fucking alone in my bedroom and, just making some shit up in my brain. But I don't have too much reason to think that that's true because it's not like I've hallucinated a bunch of shit before. I don't think I have unless I've been hallucinating the whole time. This is like going too far, right? And I'm just like, shit, I don't know, maybe I'm fucking crazy, right?
No, I just think you might just be a little bit of an overthinker. You might overthink a lot of shit. Because I do the same thing. If I read a bunch of shit, like just on the street.
I've seen you. We've gone to dinner before in Austin, and you're just on Reddit the whole time, and just like you look pissed.
Sometimes, yeah.
So this was like a rough time for you.
I have like resting piss face sometimes though.
But this was like when you got banned, around when you got banned on Twitch, and shit was like stressful.
Oh yeah, I was very. I'm very into reading what's going on, and I try not to let shit influence me too much, but I definitely can be an overthinker, and I think about stuff that I read a lot, and I'm just like, but doing this for about doing this for so long now, I'm just used to it at this point. Like when I read stuff on Reddit, when I read comments in live chat, it really, like I used to think, is this really how I am? Am I really just some sociopathic fucking whatever?
I think those thoughts, yeah.
But nowadays,
You're more confident.
I'm a little bit just more confident in myself, and I've just been reading shit for so long. I've come to terms that everything does and eventually come together. Even if I do have a situation where I look like an asshole or do something that's like a dick move or something, I know that I'm not a sociopath. You know what I mean? I know exactly what goes through my head if I do something that
there was
makes
a
me look like
reason
an
you
asshole.
did it at the time, and
Yeah, I mean,
it might seem crazy to other people, but
sometimes I don't really understand some social situations very well. You know what I mean? Like I have trouble.
well, we both grew up playing a lot of games and not having that many friends, so it's normal because you didn't develop that part of your brain that deals with social situations as much as a normal person did.
Well,
no, really.
I mean, that's true. I never talked to anybody, so I never did get that sort of good learning, I guess. But
yeah, maybe you're missing like body language and shit that's obvious, and like
when I was younger, my doctor diagnosed me with Asperger's.
Okay.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if I actually have that or not, but I do take that into consideration.
How young were you?
I was like 14 or 13 or something.
Okay, and you didn't have any friends before that time either?
No, I never had any fucking friends, dude.
Yeah, so it could be that you just didn't have any friends.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to, because I've read a lot on Asperger's, and
You don't seem like I actually have friends with Asperger's. You don't really seem like you have it.
I'm not shy anymore. I used to be. You should have seen me like 10 years ago, dude, or like 5 years ago. I was very I couldn't have conversations. I didn't know how to give handshakes to people. It was bad. But
You're the kind of person who never makes eye contact. Like,
I never. No, I didn't look at anybody, dude.
okay.
I just looked down, or like up and shit. But I've overcome all that, and I've learned how to really, be social. But I still don't understand emotions very well. You know what I mean? If somebody's sad, I just don't. Sometimes I just don't get it, And I see
you wouldn't be sad about what they're sad about? Is that why?
Yeah, or I'm supposed to feel something towards them, but sometimes I just don't. Or it's not even with sadness. It's if something happens or I'm supposed to be happy, I'm not happy. I just have very, confused emotions. I guess that's probably the best way to put it.
Okay, I'm thinking. Wait, so something happens, you're supposed to be happy. Example, you do get happy if you have a good stream, or if you're starting your streaming platform, you're happy.
Well, I mean, all that stuff is stuff that I, within myself. I mean, with other people. If I go out, or if me and you are, sitting here talking, and you're talking about something that is serious, I may not
pick up on it being serious.
I may not. I'll just do I'll troll around still, And it's not that I'm being an asshole. It's just that
you didn't pick up on it.
I just don't see your perspective very well sometimes.
Yeah, it is hard to. Okay, it is hard to put yourself in someone else's perspective of, everyone gets annoyed by different things, and you seem to not be able to relate to people getting triggered. Maybe they actually do get triggered, The people.
I mean.
And you just don't get annoyed by that kind of shit, so you can't relate.
I mean, it could be.
You know what I mean? But yeah, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. You're a lot of times. I think you're right. I think you're right that a lot of times people just want to fucking bitch about something.
Dude, some of the shit I see on Twitter is pretty fucking lame to bitch about. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, I agree with you there. So, and then it distorts reality because you're not sure when it's real and when it's not. If the people who are actually annoyed were the only people talking about it, then you'd be like, okay, maybe this. I know this person. He fucking gets annoyed by
yeah.
His shoe getting untied. Yeah, he's probably annoyed about this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, since everyone's bitching, I can't ever tell who's real. People are phony around me all the time. They're always people trying to get something from you is
I just assume
shit feeling
I assume that everyone around me is. I just try to assume everyone around me. I'm an optimistic person. I want people's attentions, but I assume everyone around me is not my friend until they show that to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, because if I assume
they're guilty till proven innocent.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, I don't like to think that way either, but I sort of have to because I just have to protect myself.
Yeah, I used to be the opposite, and I just assume everyone's like has good intentions and shit. But then I got taken advantage of a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, people actually fuck me over anytime they have a chance. Mm-hmm. Like,
Well,
really,
what kind of ways? Just like talking bad about you, backstabbing you?
things like that too. But even like people who were working on my game who now don't work on it anymore, they'll just lie. They'll make up how many hours they work. Like people have no shame about like, yeah, it's my personal money that I'm paying you to work on this, and you're like making shit up and like stealing from me essentially. And I get it, like, because I could put myself in that perspective. Like if you're getting paid by some big corporation, you don't care about their money. Like if you work somewhere and who gives a fuck, they have so much money, you don't feel like it's a bad lie. But these people I thought were my friends or like my viewers even.
Yeah.
And then I like have to fire them because they just fucking lie about what they're doing, like how much they're working. I'm just like, I can't believe people like fuck me like that, or people like borrow money from me and never pay me back, and when they finally do pay me back, it feels like they think it's a favor that they're paying me back, just what I lent them. I'm like, dude, I don't want to lend money to anybody anymore. Fuck this.
Yeah,
like,
I feel that. It's a shitty situation. I mean, with being in the public eye, it's really fun, but it's also really shitty. It goes both ways.
Yeah, I guess we have to appreciate though that our lives are more exciting than the average person.
I mean, to each of their own,
It's a matter of perspective too. So fuck, maybe it's not really more exciting.
I mean, a lot of people may just find playing RuneScape exciting. I did when I was growing up.
Actually, if I take it back because I fucking loved when I could just enjoy playing a game. There was a time where I could enjoy playing a single player game all fucking day for months. Mm-hmm. You know? I remember as a kid playing Final Fantasy VII, I fucking beat the whole fucking game, got everything. Mm-hmm. Like fucking, I don't know, I had like 30 million gil, I had like fucking gold chocobos. Like I had gold chocobos on deck, I had like fucking 8 of them. And they're all S-class. I had fucking like master materials on all my motherfuckers. And all my characters level 99. And all this is a single player game. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I don't know how the fuck I enjoyed that. Because if I sit down with that shit right now, there's no stimulation.
Yeah, no, I mean, you just get used to new shit and it changes. But it's funny how, that's exciting to you in the certain times. But no, a lot of people would not find streaming to be an exciting thing. A lot of people would definitely find streaming.
I'm interested in those people. If I meet somebody who doesn't give a fuck about, like, I was in Amsterdam and I saw somebody and they were like, I was trying to hype up Greek because I was filming for him. I was like, this guy's famous, whatever. She's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, those kind of people.
Well, there's that where they just don't care about it. And then a lot of people just probably wouldn't want to be streamers. It's not, I mean, it's a nice job. It's a nice job. But no, it's a nice, thing to do. It's really fun, but it's also, a lot of people would be afraid of it. Being in, having people judge you is some of the scariest shit in the world. And I mean, it's scary for me. Not so much anymore because, I've been streaming for like 3 years. But when I first started, I did not, it was scary, dude. I was just like, all right, I'm going to get judged by a fuckload of people. But that's fine because, as long as I enjoy what I'm doing, it's okay.
I just thought of something. While you were saying that, it'd be really interesting to see like the 100 people who are the most hateful toward you and think your life's like fucking a joke and shit and really easy. It'd be fun to see them come on your stream and like see how they deal with people acting to them,
Dude, I've done that.
You've done that? You've got someone who really hated you on stream?
Dude, I had this, I made a video out of it. I have this fucking Reddit shit poster.
Yeah.
His name was Evokin.
Do you see him in real life?
No, he was
okay.
he didn't,
be more excited.
We didn't have to see him in real life. We were on Discord, a Discord call. All he did was just shit all over me and my streams and all this shit, dude.
Yeah.
And I got him in a Discord call on stream and he answered it. And I mean, the chat is always gonna go with the troll. I mean, it's, the underdog, right? They're always gonna
Oh, okay, they were rooting for him.
They wanna, annoy me. So
Right.
But everything he was saying, it was just dumb. He had no arguments at all. It was just funny and a lot of people in the chat did think he was a complete moron. I just thought it was funny. So I got the biggest Reddit shit poster. I got him in a Discord call and then he pretty much made himself look pretty stupid.
That would be interesting to me to watch. Like I would want to see them in real life though. I want to see like the 100 most hateful motherfuckers on your Reddit or on your stream, just like in a line, like talk to you one-on-one like this for 5 minutes each. Like it'd be the most hilarious shit to me ever. And just see how they react to people shitting on them after they've said it's so easy for like to deal with people shitting on you, or whatever, you know.
Well, those people probably understand how annoying it is for people to shit on them.
I don't think so.
They just wouldn't. They just don't care.
No one's been shit on.
Well, the internet is.
It's very rare that anyone has been shit on as much as you've been shit on. Think about it. Like the times where they're all hating you for like the Caroline shit or whatever, it's very rare for like, no one's ever been like so shit on for being with some girl. Maybe their one friend is like, dude, why are you with that girl? But like, not like fucking thousands of people saying this guy's such a fucking idiot. Like,
I think it's just internet culture, man. Like, I don't think people are doing it like to fuck with me like in some really bad way. It's just internet culture. I do the same thing even now. Like I have alt accounts, dude, and I don't shit on people in like really bad ways that makes them want to like fucking feel bad about themselves. But I troll around in like fucking
who's the streamer you troll?
Chat rooms and stuff. Oh, I love trolling Mizkif. He's funny. I have a little alt account. I go in there and I fucking troll him, dude. I'm just like, where the fuck is the content?
Does he actually read it and get mad?
No, he doesn't get mad.
But you've seen him read your comment?
Yeah.
Oh, seeing it from another perspective would be funny.
Yeah.
What do you mean where the fucking content, bro? Like, it's content's like, right here.
It's just internet shit, you know? It's like you're bored. You just, like, triggering people is so funny, dude. I mean, it sucks to be the one getting triggered, but...
Being on the other side.
Yeah, but like, being on the other side is great.
I've never been on the other side. Maybe I should try it.
But I mean, I see it, and like, you know, so I don't really let it bother me too much.
I should just make a fucking alt account like Poop Flinger 420. Just go in there, be like, dude, this shit is so fucking boring. What are you doing? Like, no, it's so triggering to see that your stream is boring.
I think you should, because it adds a good perspective to you. Because
yeah, but then I feel like a hypocrite because I fucking hate those people. Maybe I should do it anyway, though.
No, you should.
See the perspective. Yeah.
You should get the perspective, because then you'll start to understand what people are feeling when they say that kind of shit in the chat to you, and then you can be less offended by it and less triggered.
Yeah, because actually they're just hyped for the person to respond. Like if I was Poop Flinger 420, I'm Poop Flinger 420, and I type, I'd just be excited that the person actually read it and noticed that I exist. You know, as that I'm a random person, and then they read my comment, and that it affected them. And it's more likely for that, oh yeah. People always tell me this, but now it's more obvious thinking about it from another perspective. It's more likely that I say something negative and get noticed than I say like, hey dude, I love your shit.
Yeah, nowadays, I try to pretty much respond to only positive people and real criticism. I don't really respond to negative ass people anymore, because I used to, and that just it just makes it worse, you know?
Someone's gonna take my username. I want Poop Flinger 420 on Twitch. Yo, Twitch, this isn't even Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I was gonna be like, yo, Twitch, reserve that name for me. That's my shit. That's a good name.
But no, I mean, it's good, man. I mean, it's just internet culture shit, and I think it's fine.
Yeah,
You're supposed to fuck around the internet. It's not supposed to be serious and like fun and games. Like, oh, hey man, how you doing? Fucking love you. Like you can, I mean, it's great when people say that, but it's not all that.
Yeah, you have a way better mentality about it than I do. I'm sitting there streaming and I get pissed off at someone. I'm like, I fucking wish this guy had his goddamn real name, social security number connected to his fucking account, so I could be like, you are fucking stupid, fuck you, and like ruin his life and like fucking show his LinkedIn and you get all his shit down, everything he's ever done downvoted, and like, I don't know, like,
yeah.
Fucking.
I mean, getting pissed is easy. They're just fucking around.
So, what's the angriest you've ever gotten about a troll? Like, actually really fucking angry.
Ooh, man. I really didn't like when that kid came up to me in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, I believe, and, or not Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. He came up to me and he was like, hey, Caroline's a slut or something. This was like 2 years ago. His name was Rilo Ken Andy.
Rilo Ken Andy.
Yeah, and he came up because he looked like Rilo Ken, and he was like, hey, your girlfriend's a slut, or he said something like that.
I love the Andy thing. Your stream started so much shit. Okay.
And he was just talking shit about, Caroline and everything, and I was like I got mad at that because I felt like as a boyfriend, I had to defend my girlfriend, but I mean, nowadays my mentality is completely different. I've learned a lot, and it wouldn't be as kind of.
Yeah, I'm hearing
like
this.
that.
I'm like, that's not a big deal.
But I got pissed because like I don't want to hear that. And then this guy was like repeating like shit that he saw on Reddit, and it was like,
You know that one time that when she did this, like fuck, like.
yeah, he just didn't have his own thoughts, you know.
Okay.
He was just
It's regurgitating shit.
he repeated what he saw, and I would ask him questions that would allow him to give me his thoughts, but he didn't answer those questions. So it just annoyed me.
That's what you were saying annoys you earlier when people
But
sheep around there.
If that happened nowadays, I would kind of just laugh it off. I'd be like, okay, dude, whatever. Like, because I've learned a lot, dude. I've learned a lot on how to deal with a lot of streamer shit. And
Yeah.
I think, you know.
I gotta just accept people having their opinions. Gotta accept people like being assholes or hating you or whatever, and be like, yeah, I'm an asshole too sometimes. Fuck it, I used to fish credit cards, bro. Like, I understand.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's go.
Fuck it, dude. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm thinking, what? Okay, after this streaming, so you're making a streaming platform. You're excited about that right now. You're getting less and less excited. I mean, you're getting less excited about streaming because you've done it for so long. You know, normal shit, right? What else are you wanting to do in the future?
I mean, I want to obviously stream for as long as I can, without my health going to shit, or you know, just as long as I can make a living from it financially. So I want to continue streaming as long as I can, just because life would be boring as fuck without it.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy it. I mean, it could get less. It's not as exciting as it used to be, but it's still really fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's still exciting to like when I throw events and shit. But I also want to have the streaming platform succeed. That's a really big goal of mine, because if that succeeds, then you know, I can just see something grow over time. That's gonna be really cool. And it's like instead of the CX network as it is right now being an extension of YouTube, I have my own platform where I have all the say in it. If I want to change the chat room, if I want to do this, you know, not ban this person, I have every fucking say. And
yeah, instead of having to tiptoe around with the rules and shit.
you know, I can allow people and myself to be a lot more creative in what kind of content we want to do or talk about, because we don't have to worry about fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what crazy shit you guys do that wasn't allowed before. I mean, there was that one time where you streamed on like, I think you streamed on like Chatterbait, or was it My Free
It
Camps?
was Chatterbait, yeah.
Chatterbait.
And I was a doctor, and I gave her a
Was Greek there?
gynecology exam. Greek was not in the Chatterbait stream, but he was there.
Who was with you?
Mexican Andy.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, and I was trying to get Mexican Andy to fuck her, but she didn't want Mexican Andy to fuck her.
Actually, so funny, you're all dressed up like a doctor, dude.
Yeah, I fingered her and shit. It was great, dude. Vibrated her fucking vagina. It was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, she wanted me to fuck her on camera. I was like, no. It's like, I'm not pulling my...
You're still used to that, you know?
I guess, but like, I was not... I thought...
You didn't want your dick on the internet forever.
Yeah, we talked about this before the camera came on. I'm like, I'm not putting my dick on the internet. I'm not putting... Like, I do not want my dick in every tweet I ever make for the rest of my life.
Yeah, because people always comment with your face, like, I'll fuck, like, whatever. You know,
The fucking goblin face and shit, dude. Like,
penis is popping out everywhere, dude.
Yeah, so it's like... you know, and she kept trying to fuck me on the Chatterbait stream, like, pull your dick out, fuck me, daddy. I'm like, I'm not fucking you, but I'll finger your pussy. And I put a glove on, I fingered her, and then I was like, no, I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
it would be fun if you could do shit like that and then rewind so the internet doesn't have, it's saved forever, you know? Just do some real stupid shit. That's the kind of shit, like, that might be on the CX network because other people don't care about their dick being on the internet forever, you know? What are you gonna do with dicks on there? You gonna have dicks allowed?
No.
No dicks?
There's not gonna be no porn on the site.
No porn?
I mean, if this is...
What about tits? What about...
Yeah, tits are fine. If they want...
Tits are fine?
Yeah, some girl...
Yeah!
I mean, within context, I don't want some girl just sit... Like I said, all the streamers that are gonna be on that site are gonna be... I'm gonna pick them myself, like handpicked. So they're not... I'm gonna make sure I'm not picking some girl sitting there with topless on fucking stream, because it's not a porn site. That's not what I'm aiming for. But if I'm doing a stream with a fucking porn star or a model, and I want to try and do like a funny thing with her, or I want to do like just like, I don't want people to fucking re-stream my stream on YouTube, I'll be like, all right, get topless.
Oh, that's smart.
And then this girl's now topless.
They'll blur it. They'll restream it still, dude.
I guess.
The Burger Andes and shit will be there, man.
But yeah, I mean, I want to be able to, do whatever the fuck I want. But it's like, More than just that as well. Just growing something would be really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting for me to watch. Even just knowing that I know you and that you made this.
But at the same time, I'm still gonna be focusing my main focus on YouTube.
Right.
This is, another thing that I just have going on.
It might grow into the main thing.
Maybe,
cool.
if it grows. I mean, like I said, the main thing that I'm working on about this site is the chat room. As long as the chat room is the best it can possibly be, I don't think it can really, it's
Wonder what crazy shit you could do. Because maybe you could, this is probably a stupid idea, but maybe you could make it easy to, invite a viewer so their webcam and their voice is quickly on the stream by just, a click. It's probably pretty hard to do, but,
I mean, a lot of streaming sites have that.
Yeah.
So
imagine you just pick 10 people from the chat and you're like, yo, this motherfucker, exactly what we were talking about earlier, this motherfucker shit talking me, yo. You press invite on him and he has to show his camera and talk to you. He doesn't have to, but, he might.
That's a good
and
idea.
then people get to know what the motherfucker's like.
That's a good idea.
The worst troll, you just fucking click that guy, he's like,
no,
your fucking content is so shit. I can make this content with my fucking dick, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I can't fucking believe that people watch you instead of me. What the fuck, bro?
that'll just encourage people to be more toxic. Be like, oh, I want to get chosen for this. Let's fucking be
yeah,
toxic.
but maybe that's okay. You were saying toxicity is fine until it gets to the swatting stuff. Dude, your stream, I was just thinking, it made so much cool shit. You started the whole, using, every streamer uses the word scuffed now.
Yeah. It's, I mean,
it's funny,
the memes
the Andy shit.
The memes that have come from this community, or my community, has been, it's crazy, dude, because they stick and they go everywhere. And I think it's funny because some of the streamers on Twitch, they don't want to associate with me, but they use our memes.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's okay, it's
they're trying to sneaky, get a little more.
They're trying to accommodate for the viewers that are in my community without saying it,
I was thinking for a while I didn't want to associate with you just because I didn't want to get swatted.
I haven't been swatted in so long.
Yeah,
it's
so
not really.
Now we're chilling, dude. Now here I am. What's up? No, but I was definitely thinking that at the time because I was like, damn, his life's way fuck harder than mine. I don't want to deal with all that shit, Mm-hmm. You've gone through a lot more shit than most, for sure.
Yeah, it's fine though. It's all part of living. At least when I'm 30, I'll have some crazy ass experiences to tell my fucking
kid.
Maybe kid. I was gonna say that maybe. I don't know. I will have a kid. I don't know.
Paul Danino.
I don't know about when I'm 30 though. Maybe older. I just don't know.
Paul Danino Jr.
Bro, if I'm streaming.
Paul Danino Jr. Imagine he grows up with streaming.
Dude,
it's just first thing he learns is the arm thing before anything else. He doesn't know how to walk yet. He's just yeah, dude.
I don't know what that is, but it's I'm gonna think when I have a kid, dude, and I'm streaming, bro, my kid is gonna have just the most skewed look on this
Actually,
world.
his perspective's gonna be fucked.
I'm gonna make him a streamer. I'm gonna have him with walk around.
He's gonna be bigger than you for sure.
Oh, he will.
He's gonna be fucking weird.
Dude, imagine watching a baby stream all the way up until they're fucking 90. Their whole life streamed.
His whole life's recorded. You could watch it back.
That's some crazy. I mean, just 10 years from now, I'm gonna watch back my stream. If I'm still streaming in 10 years, I'll be able to watch throughout the entire 10 years and how much I've grown as a person. It's gonna be so fucking weird.
Yeah, I watch back. I open up any stream of I'm in Spain with Forsen, and I could just see every day what we did. Mm-hmm. And usually it's just a memory that's kind of blurry, and you're like, oh, I remember enjoying that one thing, but I could actually fucking see the whole goddamn day.
Yeah, no, it's so nuts, dude. Because imagine when you're 90 and you're still streaming for 50, 60 years. Dude, just seeing yourself progress in the world, it would be weird.
Or, dude, if shit goes south. For me, I'm a pessimist. So I'm gonna see myself get all fucked up. But maybe it's okay because I'm starting to value shit in life
the more fucked
a little differently.
The more fucked up shit you go through, the more you learn.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
if life's always perfect, you don't learn anything.
If life's always perfect, you don't learn anything. Yeah, you have to be tested and put into difficult positions to really learn about yourself. Or if I see somebody, if I see a streamer and everything's going perfectly for them, and everyone likes them and thinks they're a nice person, I'm just you don't really know yet because this person hasn't had to deal with any fucked up shit yet. Give this guy, let this guy's view count drop 3 times, 1/3 of what it is now. and like get stream sniped a lot and see how he acts then. You know, maybe he's gonna be running out in the street and fucking dick out Coney 2012. You know what I mean? You don't know.
Yeah.
Because when everything's perfect for somebody, it's easy to act cool and like whatever. But you don't really see someone's full character until their shit's getting fucked.
I mean, that's true, 100%.
Yeah, and then people have seen me be insane, which it's part of me. I'm yeah.
I don't really think you're insane, dude. I think a lot of people just don't have your perspective.
A lot of people don't have your perspective, but I feel like, yeah, we're both. I guess maybe we're both not that relatable for most people. Maybe for a lot of gamers we are though, because we.
I disagree. I think we can be relatable to a lot of viewers. I mean, they don't have to be streamers for them to relate to us. I mean,
yeah.
A lot of people just
lonely motherfuckers who played games all day and didn't develop like many social skills can relate somewhat.
And if you watch a person enough, you start to get
Understand their perspective.
You start to get their characteristics.
Yeah.
I've met so many viewers
who are like you
in my time that they are like me. Like we are similar as fuck. And I can tell some of the viewers that I meet that stream snipe me or whatever. I can tell.
I never thought of that.
That they've like evolved a little bit as a person, and they've grabbed some of my characteristics and have it as their own now.
Yeah, it's like when you have a close friend. Well, you wouldn't know. It's like when you have a close friend growing up, and like you guys are really similar to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're all like your close friend, so they're getting similar to you. But I had a few friends growing up. I wasn't completely like utterly alone.
It's crazy to think about though. Just knowing that there's thousands of people that watch you in this world that have your personality a little bit because they've watched you so much, but you have never met them.
Yeah, I had the reverse experience sometimes. So a lot of times people will come up to me and be like, dude, I've watched you so many times. Like, I like the time. They'll say a lot of the same shit. I like when you were in Japan. I like when you were in Spain. It was cool. I like when you did the Pokemon Go. Oh, I like when you were eating the broccoli. I like when you did the chicken nugget challenge. You know, whatever. Like, they'll say the same kind of shit. And I'm like, it sucks that they don't have any way to be different than the other people, because each person is different. But like when they come up to me, then I only have a few words to say. They don't get a chance to like really express themselves. I was in the reverse situation. I met a poker player I really liked, Tom Dwan, who I was watching forever. Like I watched Poker After Dark, where he has hands against like Phil Ivey and shit, and like high stakes poker and all this shit. And I've seen this guy so many times. I saw him in real life. I was like, holy shit! I went up to him. I was like, dude, I've watched you in Poker After Dark, and then like a mid sentence, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm doing the thing in reverse. And I noticed he wasn't interested in what I was saying. He wasn't even like making eye contact. He was like, oh yeah, because he's like already had people say that so many times. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, nice to meet you. Like, you know.
Yeah, no,
being in the reverse gave me perspective. I was like, damn, there's nothing I felt like I could say that was like unique and made me get to know me in fucking like a couple sentences.
That's good though, because it's good to see that.
Yeah, it was good to see that, yeah.
That's why, actually, I love having viewers come over to my place when I'm just like on stream, off stream. And you know, a lot of times I'll invite them in and I'll hang out with some viewers that just come by my house to say hi. And dude, we'll hang out for like 1-2 hours and we'll like smoke a blunt or something. I just love talking to people that are viewers of my streams because I get to know what they like about it, what they hate about it, perspective.
Yeah, when you get to have a longer conversation, it's really nice. Yeah.
I think, I mean, in my mentality, it's like the more people I meet, the more people I hang out with, the more I learn. So I love hanging out with my fucking viewers, and I love just chatting with them and like smoking weed for like a good hour, just at the fucking house, no stream, nothing. Just understanding them and why they like watching, why they don't like watching or something. You know what I mean? It's or what they hate about it. You know, it's I've gotten so many perspectives, dude. Hundreds of people.
Yeah, sometimes people are probably like, dude, like my life's really fucked up and boring. I just like went through a breakup and like I lost my job, and then I was like tuning in your shit and laughing, and it made me feel good and like.
Yeah, and it helps me grow as a person and it helps me understand what people want.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I gotta appreciate that shit, because that's what makes you feel fulfilled.
I think, well, that as well, yeah. If you grow, the more you grow, the more fulfilled you get. I think if a really huge celebrity, like, I don't know, like fucking Brad Pitt, right? If he
Brad Pitt.
If he hung out with a fan of his every day for like 20 years, or even for an hour just to chat, I think he would, I don't really know him, but I think you you would grow so much as a person because over time, because it's just the more people you meet and talk to, the more you fucking grow.
It makes sense, but when a celebrity like that goes out, they're so jaded because every person just wants to, hey, can I take a photo with you? Like, come up, snap a photo, post it somewhere, and they don't even necessarily want more than that. They just want to get this photo so they can share, and like.
That's true.
Get attention that they were next to this person, and those kind of people. Like I was watching some videos, like there's a famous soccer player. People are gonna trigger football player. And he was like sitting for coffee. Who was it? It wasn't Messi. And he's sitting for coffee and it just shows how many times people come up to take a photo with him and now he can't like enjoy his life whatsoever. Oh, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's what it was. And then I was imagining like getting famous at that point would actually suck. Like imagine you're like Justin Bieber and you like walk around and you just like actually want to enjoy a normal day. But every second someone wants to take a picture with you now that everyone has a camera on them with their phone. And the flip side of it is if you sat down with that person and talked for an hour, that's interesting, you get perspective. But the 10-second interactions suck dick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that perspective because I'm not Ronaldo.
No, but if you go to like I get TwitchCon, you're banned, but if you go to TwitchCon, everyone's coming up to you like
when
that.
I go to conventions, though, it's different.
What is it like? Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, that's why you go to the conventions as a streamer to meet your fans. So I enjoy it.
Yeah, but do you get into longer conversations? I actually try to hang out with my fans. If I go to the convention, whoever comes up, I end up hanging out with them the whole day.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
I'm just like, yeah, let's get to know this person. And then sometimes like I feel bad if someone like I'm not actually enjoying their company, but they're like, I flew here just to hang out with you. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, shit. Like, fuck, that sucks. Imagine I was him and I flew here just to hang out with me.
I mean,
that'd be terrible to hang out with me. Just fly somewhere to hang out with me.
I mean, that's not terrible. People really like you.
Yeah, I'm trolling a little bit.
But
then I feel bad, so I end up hanging out with them all day too.
I've had some people come to my house and they say, hey man, I just flew on a fucking 8-hour flight or something, or I just drove 500 miles to come hang out with and see you. I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I mean? It blows my mind. And then
wait, people fly just to come to your door to say what's up?
I mean, that's what I've been told.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it blows my mind. I'll sit there and I'll chat with them for like an hour or two, and we'll smoke, we'll drink a beer or something, and we'll just talk. And it's just so interesting to hear about, why they came so far and why, it helps me grow as a person because they know so much about me, but I don't know anything about them. So hearing their perspective about me just helps me grow as a person. That's why I say if Brad Pitt or any famous person hung out with a fan every day for 20 years, they would grow so much as a person because now they have so many different perspectives from different people about them.
Yeah.
Because, hanging out with people that don't know who you are, you grow as a person as well. But
it takes a while to get to that point where it's an intimate conversation because they have to get to know you for X time.
Yeah.
People already know you.
Exactly. So I have intimate conversations just like that with people I don't even know, but I feel like I know them.
Right. I like that. The part about skipping all the small talk, or potentially skipping all the small talks.
Although it goes two ways though. Some of the conversations I have had with people are very skewed, and people who just watch my stream in an unhealthy way. You know what I mean? And they come, and I've had somebody drove like 12 hours, and he's like, I'm here to sleep on your patio because I want to be a streamer. I'm just like, that's not healthy. You just abandoned everything in your life. You drove 12 hours to sleep on my patio.
That is so low.
It's just like, if you want to come hang out, sure. And if you drove 12 hours to come hang out, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, more power to you. But don't,
Did this actually happen? Someone came and just slept on your patio because you want to be a streamer?
Yeah, there's just a lot of people, they come and they have really high expectations when
it's hard
because
they see someone they look up to, or not even have to look up to, but just someone enjoying themselves. Their current life, they're not enjoying themselves that much. Someone enjoying themselves while working,
Mm-hmm.
They want to do that. And they're like, fuck all the rest of my life sucks, I might as well try. But yeah, then as a streamer, you might feel like you're being a bad influence because they're probably not going to make it. Because it's so hard to get past the fucking 10 viewer hump,
Well, I tell people, so many people, they come to my house and they're like, can I be on the CX network or whatever? Or can I stream with you or something? You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm like, sure, you know, you can do all that. You can come and, you know, you can try it, give it a try. Like I say good luck and I say give it a try. I don't ever tell people don't try this, you're not gonna make it. But in the back of my head, I'm just thinking in my head, if it doesn't work out, you know, this is just you have very high expectations and that's not healthy.
I was just thinking how I was just at your place and so he just moved into a place on November 1st, right? Mm-hmm. He just moved in a new place, it's like empty. There's just the couch, that same couch, and then there's just like 5 people over. They're all like, you're streaming. They're all like just chilling, like eating ice cream in the kitchen, out of the fucking container, like scooping it with the thing and like dipping it in sprinkles and just whatever. And then like while I'm there for like 20 minutes, you get like 2 random people come to the door like, hey, pizza for Paul. And then like some guy's already prepared to go to the door for you and be like, nobody named Paul lives here, you know? And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like this is, and then like 10 minutes later, like Uber Eats came and there's like the slice of pizza and the drink or whatever. And you were like, dude, it's Uber Eats, that's already paid for. And you like, because he shooed her away and then you chased the lady down the street to get the free food. But like such a different lifestyle than most people. It's funny, man. It's like people in and out all day and like fucking random deliveries and whatever. And like, just like in an empty, pretty much unfurnished except one couch place. Like fucking, you know, like, whatever.
No, I love it though. Life is so interesting. I love it, man. It's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I didn't love it at my last apartment when I had no privacy, but now where I can balance shit and have privacy and like do my own thing.
You've moved so many times, right?
It's 8 times in a year.
8 times in a year. 8 times in 1 year, dude. It's crazy. I hate moving, man.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, fuck it, dude. Get evicted left and right, dude. Fuck it. I mean, shit, for content, you know?
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Well, is there anything else that people want us to talk about? Maybe you could check the chat before we finish up. Because maybe there's some topic like we missed that's like really cool and interesting and we didn't think.
Here, I'll let you...
All right, I'm in the YouTube chat. What's up? Wait, it's not loading now. The last thing I said, fuck it, dude. Oh, okay, it's going now.
It goes like that, yeah.
EBZ's new single.
Oh, yeah, he released a new song.
Alaska. Chowderheads. What's a chowderhead?
Oh, yeah. Chowderheads was the job I had before I worked at the Italian restaurant.
Okay.
That did not overlap streaming whatsoever. I was working at Chowderheads for 2 years as a line cook. Actually ended up being the kitchen manager for that place.
Oh shit.
And then I left the fucking grill on. I got fired.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then
it's hard to think of you at all. When you said you were a chef, I was like, damn, that's crazy. When I heard this before, because I saw you do a cooking stream. And like you were burning shit, you know, like you left off, but it's harder when you're streaming because like there's a lot going on. Yeah. Maybe you were trolling too. I don't know. I was like, it was pretty funny that you were a chef and you're like fucking like burning like random easy shit like a pizza. I don't know.
I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, at a restaurant it's different because everything's like temped correctly, everything's ready to go, prepped. Like it's easier, you know.
Yeah, and you're not have anything else to do with your time but manage.
A line cook isn't really a chef, you know. They're not really real cooks. They just follow a recipe.
So you're in an assembly line, basically. Is that what it means?
You follow
you're just doing one part of it and then you hand it on?
Yeah, you follow a recipe. You know,
you make the whole dish?
Yeah, so in the morning I prep everything, and then I put everything in specific containers, and then when I'm ready to serve the food, I grab the plate, I grab the recipes, saute pan, heat the shit up, and then put it in the plate.
Okay. Where's the RV you're supposed to buy? Imagine.
That was like for one day.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in there for like 10 minutes as a lobster, dude. Like.
That's cool. Oh, stream F'd. Hard F. Pre-recorded. Oh no, it's not Basti Muster Man. Now you know. 3:51 p.m. Basti Muster Man.
I guess they're Alaska as well. I had a gun pointed at me in Alaska.
Maybe you guys can see your own live chat. I think I can never tell if the pre-recorded thing is meme or real. Sometimes people think it's actually pre-recorded.
No, there's no way anyone could think that.
Once in a while, dude. There's a live chat. Dude.
I was just talking the chat earlier. There's a meme for sure.
Okay. Future plans. So we heard his future plans. He's making his own streaming platform. He got big investors. He got 7 figures in the millions. Fucking actually insane. I am sitting autistically. I guess so. I guess fucking so, man.
People might say they don't believe the investor thing, but let me just put it into perspective. My CX Network site, which isn't even really a real platform, it's just an extension of YouTube, has had...
They want you on head, so proof's not pre-recorded.
It's been up for a couple months and it's had 3 million unique viewers. That's pretty good to show investors.
Yeah. How many viewers a month does your YouTube get?
How many views a month?
Yeah. Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, it averages anywhere from 7 to 10 million.
That's a fuckload. Yeah. What do the absolute biggest YouTubers get? Do you know?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. Fucking PewDiePie probably. I mean, he gets like 4 mil a video, 3 mil a video, so he probably gets like 100 mil a month.
200 mil, yeah. Okay. It's not out of reach completely. Like sometimes the people at the top, it feels like so out of reach, it's unreal. Like if you think of if you think of like how rich people are, how popular people are, like maybe you can get there, but how rich people are, it's like I was streaming one day and I was like, oh look, Amazon stock's up 1%. That means Jeff Bezos made $1.4 billion today. He made $1,400 million today. It's like making $1 million every day for 4 years, but just today. Just making $1 million every day for 4 years is insane, but then he made that 4 years of $1 million every day in one day.
Yeah.
That actually happens on a random day for the guy who owns Amazon, you know?
Well, Jeff Bezos is...
Yeah, but it's weird though how the gap is so big between like even people like us who do pretty well and like actually fucking rich people, you know?
Yeah, I mean... Hey, maybe one day I'll be a Jeff Bezos.
Dude, maybe you will, dude.
I don't know, dude. Like,
no, maybe I could see in 10 years you being you're starting the streaming platform. Like, let's say it gets pretty big. Like Twitch when it was a lot smaller, sold to Amazon, fucking Jeff Bezos for $1 billion. You know, 1,000 million, dude. Mm-hmm. And that it was a lot smaller back then. Like, let's say your streaming platform gets to be even 1/10 as big as Twitch was 4 years ago. Even 1/10 as big, it'd be worth $100 million. Then you'd be like, chill, you'd be sitting there, like maybe get like a private jet, CX network on the fucking side, you know, fucking Ice Poseidoning around. Whatever, dude. No, dude, possible.
If I had 100 mil, the content, bro, fucking, I would take fucking plane lessons, drive fucking planes and shit.
All right, so if you get there, I want to be invited to the plane where like you get the first time you're on the private jet, you get the party and there's like fucking champagne and like, you know.
Yeah, dude,
I want to be there.
EBZ on the plane with
I'm
me.
invited?
With fucking
I'm inviting
DJ.
myself.
Yeah, you can.
I'm invited?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, sure. Fuck it, dude. You can come.
All right,
That'd be great if we ever get to that private jet point, right?
All right. It's happening. What are you guys saying? You people give money to these two rich guys. Sometimes they do.
I'm actually not rich. I have a huge overhead.
Yeah. I doubt he makes that much money streaming because when you IRL stream, like I was IRL streaming in Japan with Soda Pop, and he was like losing thousands of subs from being there because it's IRL and you don't shout it out. And then I had like 1,500 subs, and we're at like 30,000 viewers every day. But you know, IRL streaming isn't that profitable, and then you have to pay for everything you're doing. So we would pay like $200 to take a bullet train over here, and then like go in like the fucking Fox Village or whatever, and bullet train back, and you know, compared to just sitting at home, the most money you can make streaming is sitting at home playing games at your parents' house, right? Because then you have no overhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the least money you can make is IRL streaming, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I have a huge overhead, and I pay for servers on fucking CX servers that I have, and like all this other shit. So I paid some employees and stuff. So. Yeah,
like a stream like this, you don't make any money. We don't make any money doing a stream like this. Like having the studio shit, it's expensive, you know. Like you lose money on it, but it's like a fun thing. That's a shitty thing I noticed about Twitch and YouTube is you don't feel rewarded for making like try hard good content
Well, I just agree with that. You don't have to get money to feel rewarded for something. I mean, yesterday.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yesterday.
But then, we were talking about, your mom wouldn't appreciate it because she wouldn't value it if it wasn't making money, right?
Yeah, but as long as I value it,
okay,
it's really all that matters.
Right. Yeah, there's a piece of. I like that. I mean, obviously we're doing it. We feel rewarded enough to do stuff like this. But like, it's nice. There's that on the internet to look back on and like see how you were and what your mindset was, and you can just watch it back, or like other people can enjoy watching it and seeing your thought process and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good creative thing.
All right. Byron inviting himself. Oh, I'm not scrolled down in the chat. That was a while ago. Now everyone's saying try hard. The plugs are doing me dirty. Oh, you mean what? I don't even know what hair plugs means, but I did have a hair transplant at one point where I moved hair from here to here, but then I was supposed to take this hair loss medication at the same time, Propecia, and I thought it was fucking with my mood, so I just stopped taking it. I was just like, do I care about my hair that much? It might fuck with my mood. And I was like, whatever, you know. I'll just be uglier or whatever. It doesn't matter that much.
Was
you want to read your chat?
Was it fucking with the mood?
I don't know, because I actually, how do you know if it's what's fucking with your mood or it's just you? It's hard to tell.
But no, I mean, I think, listen, I saw some stuff in the chat. People say that I lie a lot, so I guess I can talk about that for a second.
Yeah. Clear that shit up. Yo, again, fucking like.
I've grown a lot as a person.
Okay.
And I definitely lie a hell of a lot less. What people say I lie about is like fucking, like the old Caroline stuff.
Okay.
And fucking, if I say I'm gonna stream, then I don't stream. Shit like that. So, I'm improving. But no human in this world is perfect. So that's something people do understand. And
do you think people, because they thought you were lying about the old Caroline stuff, because you were lying about old Caroline stuff and whatever the fuck and streaming and not streaming, and think you're lying about like investors and shit like that?
Well, I just don't think anyone believes that anyone would ever invest in me. But
you guys, guys all watch him.
Well,
why don't you believe that somebody would invest in him? If you guys all watch him, right, you should believe that that's valuable and that somebody would see that value and invest in him, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you see how many streamers he's creating and shit like that. It makes sense.
A lot of people just, I can't give complete details on everything for NDA and stuff, so just people don't know all the details. But it's, and people say like script content and shit. It's like, no. I've imagined scripting something for like, it's like I can't even fucking wake up in the morning half the time, let alone script content. You know what I mean? It's like, funny.
I think that same shit sometimes, yeah. Because just getting up and getting all your shit together to go IRL stream is already like a whole fucking chore. Like, I don't know how you do it, but I have the live view with all the modems and fucking everything has to be charged and the camera and like put all the shit on and then like let everyone know I'm gonna stream, and I have to already. I don't know if you shower because you said you didn't for 2 weeks, but you have to shower and then fucking whatever, and then finally get outside to where you want to go, and even just thinking about, even just scripting where I'm gonna go is already hard. Yeah. Like I would just step outside and turn it on. I wouldn't even think far enough ahead to what I'm gonna fucking do, let alone script what I'm gonna say, Oh,
I think a lot of it comes from, when I'm stressed out about situations, I over-exaggerate a fuckload. But it's not like on purpose. It's just like one of those things that.
So what have you exaggerated big that makes people doubt you?
Okay, well, I got a gun pointed at me, or like pulled at me in Alaska. So some guy came out with an AR-15 because the callers said that that I was going to rob him or something.
Okay.
So my overreaction was people meme it now. So I tweeted out really bad news, guys. I'll update you later. Granted, I thought it was bad
news, guys.
I thought it was bad news because, motherfucker, I drove my car into a ditch and totaled it. Well, the radiator was leaking, so it didn't turn on. So I guess that by definition that's totaled, but it didn't really look too damaged.
Did they see a picture and it didn't look damaged?
Well, the front bumper was falling off and the radiator was leaking, so the car wasn't in driving
condition. As a streamer, you want to make, God, I don't remember the word.
Well, it wasn't really for content. I wasn't streaming at that point. I turned it off. But I tweeted really bad news when I probably should have worded it differently. But in the moment, I had this like adrenaline rush, and I was like just trying to like tweet something. But I knew that I wasn't trying to explain the situation until I calm down. I don't like explaining situations when I'm like in like a certain mindset of like hyped fucking adrenaline, like because I'm gonna end up over exaggerating shit, and I don't want to do that. So I just tweeted something, and I just waited for me to calm down.
Well, there's that moment where your stream turns off, especially if it's unexpectedly, and you know people are wondering where you are, what you're doing, and you want to update them. At the same time, you want it to be interesting, because that's the point of being a streamer, like exciting and something interesting.
I mean, I just had a gun pull at me. I could have tweeted a smiley face, and it would have been interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. You had the gun pulled on you on stream?
So they saw my reaction, but they didn't see the guy come out with the gun.
Did they think you were lying?
They knew I wasn't lying because my heart rate went up. I had a heartbeat monitor on.
Oh, shit.
And then also it was my pretty genuine reaction, you know? But people definitely thought.
Heart rate monitor.
People thought I was lying a little bit afterward because my friend that I was with didn't over-exaggerate. But because he went and talked to the guy with the gun and tried to and just cool the situation down. But in my perspective, well, first of all, I'm not used to seeing guns. He's from Alaska. He's used to that shit. I'm not used to seeing guns. And second of all, my perspective was I knew the caller said some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
To the point where this guy might shoot first, questions later. Whereas my friend's perspective was, you know, he wasn't even thinking about the callers. So he's just thinking about, oh, misunderstanding, let me go talk to him.
Right.
But in my perspective, I thought that
This guy could think you're a terrorist.
Yeah, I thought he was going to shoot first, questions later. So I fucking freaked out.
Yeah.
And then, but no, I mean, there was a news like article like that Alaska wrote. So it was, you know, that detailed everything that happened.
It's pretty interesting.
So
those stories looking back are fun to have. Like in the moment, you're like, fuck, like, I don't really want to live through this. You're probably in Alaska, it's freezing, there's a dude pulling a gun on you, your car fell in a ditch, radiator, whatever. Mm-hmm. But then, like, looking back, it makes your life feel more like something happened, like more whole. Because if we're streaming RuneScape the whole time, even if you like RuneScape, it's like kind of a blur after a while, right?
I'm thinking.
Like you were trying to even tell me about your RuneScape streams, but it's kind of a blur after a while because it's so much the same. You would like duel people for gold a lot, right?
yeah, I would just do a lot
that.
of funny shit. 1 year feels like 5 sometimes. But no, dude, I couldn't imagine if I was still streaming RuneScape. Oh man, it would be weird. I don't know what I'd be doing.
You should try to do a stream RuneScape for 2 weeks challenge. Nothing else.
That's a good
Like
way.
that sounds hard right now, right?
Well, that's a good way to kill my channel, but
Oh, shit, dude.
I think, well, yeah, because like probably 90% of my viewers
They're
don't.
no longer around for that, yeah.
They don't play RuneScape, or if they do, they're not. They just don't watch me to play RuneScape, you know.
True.
They don't watch me for RuneScape, so.
Do you ever wish you could just stream random shit without killing your channel, though? Some people make like second.
Well, I do.
I know Greek has like a second Twitch account where he just
No,
streams random shit. That's kind of weird, right?
That's dumb, yeah. I mean, I do stream random shit. I played Red Dead the other day. Like, I just don't. I can't do that for 2 weeks straight because
Right.
that would not be good. But I can stream random shit like here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I get in this. Sometimes I think if I don't stream at all, it's better than if I stream even if I. Not that. How do I word this? Like, the more I stream, I kind of have maybe an inferiority complex or something sometimes. Like, the more I stream, I feel like people are going to realize I'm not that interesting. And then if they don't see me for a long time and I come back, they might think I'm interesting more than if they see me every day.
Reckful,
I think they're going to get more and more bored of me.
From the perspective of a viewer, because I'm a viewer and I watch you and I watch Greek and like all these guys, I can tell you this. You're more interesting than 95% of the people on Twitch because my God, that like so many streamers on Twitch, so many streamers in general just have no personality. They like to copy what the bigger person is doing, and that is not the way to do it. That's literally how you become a clone of someone else, and you're never gonna be as big as the person you're cloning. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to watch like all the Fortnite streamers are the fucking same.
20 ninjas.
I mean, they are. It's fucking boring. I don't want to watch any of that shit. You know, and I'm not downplaying, you know, people who fucking stream Fortnite or streamers or anything. I just see that there's just a lot of boring ass fucking shit on Twitch, and you are one of the people that I find very interesting. So you should never think like that.
Yeah, I shouldn't, but it's still, you know, I don't know how much you've dealt with like let's say you're having a couple months where it's always declining viewership and shit like that. Mm-hmm. don't you start feeling like shit about yourself, or like you're doing something wrong, or like maybe you're not interesting? Or
Last year, I was feeling like shit. I was like a 3K fucking. I had like 4K viewers on average.
Oh, really?
For like a couple months.
Okay, yeah.
And you know, I was feeling
That's relatable.
I was feeling really bad because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back from this. But you know, I did come back from it. And so at this point in my streaming career, I realized, okay, if I go live and I have like fucking 6K viewers, that's not bad because one, that's still a shitload of viewers, relatively speaking, and two, you know, the shit goes up and down. Like there's no consistency with streaming, and it's all going to come together eventually. So I mean, fuck it, you know. Like the view count doesn't really bother me anymore.
To push through that is to be able to go live every day though, knowing that you're doing worse than you were before, and to push through that is respectable. I think like you did it. I remember Forsen was playing PUBG for a while, and no one liked his PUBG streams at the beginning. And he had like 2K viewers for like months, and then all of a sudden like the Zulus happened, and like people were like 20 people would snipe him and just yell the whole time, and there's a lot of funny clips of it, and then his shit blew up again, you know. But he pushed through that like the hard time of people not being interested in what he wanted to do.
I mean, it's definitely rough because you have all these people roasting you and stuff too. But you know, it's good to go through that because then you learn from it and you just realize a lot of shit, and it makes you a better streamer in person.
Yeah. Yeah, this was. I think I enjoyed this. This podcast was good for me to hear your perspective on all this shit, because I haven't streamed for a while. I get kind of lost in my own head, and you have a lot of insight because you've been through like fucking everything. So this was cool. This was cool.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed this. I love talking to. Well, I haven't been on a podcast in a while. The last real podcast I think was Adam, No Jumper, and he was great to talk to, but talking to you, I think I enjoyed a little bit more just because you have the same. We're
from the same background. Like we both streamed on Twitch, and I know you back then. You go on. Sorry, I don't know what you're gonna say.
We're relatable. You know, we have the same we do the same thing. You know about streaming. You have a good insight. So I think you ask more hard-hitting questions.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm thinking from my perspective what was hard for me, and I was like, damn, he went through this shit, but like 2 times harder. I want to know what the fuck happened, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I appreciate you for inviting me on.
Yeah, I'm glad we did this. Thanks everyone for watching. I don't know, maybe I'll do some other shit like this sometime. We'll probably catch up in like a few years and do another one. And then I'll be on the private jet party.
Yeah, another Reckful podcast on the jet this time.
Yeah. New perspectives, you know, we'll be looking down like from the sky. All right. Well, thanks everybody. It was my first stream ever on YouTube. I'll check out.
How'd you like it?
Well, I don't really. I mean, we looked at the chat a few times, but I don't have a full feeling of what it's like to be on the platform because I'm like sitting at my computer streaming on YouTube. Mm-hmm. But I know people can rewind, which is cool. Mm-hmm. I'll check it out, see what people thought about it, and also look at it myself and see what it's like. Yeah. I think it's Twitch and YouTube for streaming aren't really that different, maybe.
The culture is a little bit different.
The culture.
The YouTube culture is a little bit less memey and a little bit more serious and.
But now that all the Fortnite people came over from YouTube to Twitch, is kind of blending together in a little bit.
The culture on Twitch is still more memey.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you know, with the
emotes together.
The emotes and shit. Yeah. On YouTube, it's more about straightforward. It's either let's trigger this person or great stream, bro. Whereas on Twitch, there's memes more so. I mean, YouTube has memes, but they have to be a little bit more creative.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. We're gonna close it out. See you next time.
See you guys.
This was Paul Benino, Ice Poseidon.
Bye.